Welcome to this Wednesday night edition of Premier League WIFFLE. We continue Week 16 with a matchup of two veteran teams here in PLW. Tonight we have a battle between the 5th-ranked Legends and the 9th-placed Warbirds. The Legends come in at a game over 500 at 23-22 and have a fully loaded lineup and bench tonight. The Legends are in the middle of the pack in this league, and this series could decide whether they slide down the standings or possibly solidify their spot in the playoffs. The Warbirds look to bounce back after a tough week against the Night Owls, where they were swept without their leaders Jim Dodos and Peter Maccabee, who returned to the lineup tonight. Sitting at 16-29 and in second to last place, the Warbirds are destined for a spot in the playdowns, but look to improve their position and make their path to remaining in the PLW as easy as possible. A big series for both teams with only a few weeks remaining here in the regular season. Welcome in, everybody, to the Hideaway Field, PLW, here on Twitch, Las Vegas, Nevada. I'm Kyle Lohman, joined by three-time reigning, defending MVP Taylor Briner. Yeah, Taylor, how are you tonight?
Oh, it's great to be here. I love being up here in the booth and just being out at their field. Always great to be here.
Yeah, another beautiful night tonight here in Las Vegas. About just under 100 degrees, maybe 97, 98 degrees, calm air. No real wind tonight to be seen so far. What do you think for the conditions and some predictions for the way the ball is going to fly tonight?
You know, I always felt like the ball flew a little better in the heat. I realize that we don't have wind, and I think a lot of the viewers are used to seeing these wind games where the ball just flies out of here. But I expect more home runs today than you would see in a normal game in these conditions.
Yeah, we have seen as the weather has warmed up, similar to a golf ball out here in Las Vegas, that the ball tends to fly a little more than it does earlier in the season on those colder 50, 60, 70 degree nights. So here, when it's up in the high 80s, 90 degree weather days, the ball, once it gets up in the air, it does seem to float through that thin air a lot easier. So some big bats on both sides of this team, and Jim Dodos, Peter Maccabee, Buck Burner, Jason Stephenson, Nick Sansone. So yeah, very well could see a lot of bombs tonight.
Yeah, and I think we're going to see a lot of pitchers who tend to attack the high part of the zone, and the high part of the zone is great for strikeouts and great for a lot of home runs. So I think we'll see a lot of both today.
Yeah, batters in this league are definitely looking for pitches belt high or up. Those are the ones they have a lot easier job of lifting and getting out of the yard real easy.
But yeah, as you said before, absolutely no wind really going either way. So any home runs you see tonight will be 100% earned by those hitters.
Yeah, I do think I said maybe before we went on air that sometimes when there's no wind here at Hideaway, that when there's no wind, it acts a little bit like the wind is blowing in, where those balls that go up in the air towards the outfield kind of get hung up just a little. But we have two teams full of powerful bats, and I got a feeling that they're going to have no problem hitting it through this calm air and up over the wall tonight.
I would certainly agree with that. Now, I would like to ask you a question. What do you see as the keys of the game here for each team individually? What do they need to do to win right here?
Yeah, I think the key of the game for the Legends is going to be starting pitching, specifically Casey Taravella. Casey had a little bit of a rocky time last week, I believe, didn't start game one. Jason Stephenson had started game one, and Taravella went game two, and then he ended up walking out early. So not quite a Taravella-esque night. He's going to have to put his team on his back. And then, of course, for the Warbirds, you'll see in the lineup, Jim Dodos and Peter Maccabee have returned, and those two men are the key tonight. Let's take a look at that Warbirds lineup right now.
So let's go through this lineup. Leading off, we have Buck Burner, who has been red hot lately, followed by Jim Dodos, Peter Maccabee, Brandon Mayo, James Perez, and KJ LaCroix. Now, down there below the line, it looks like they're going to have some options with Tyler, Matt Petrikis, Matty Levine, and Chris Warfield all down there. So a lot of subs on their bench over there.
Yeah, basically full hands on deck on both sides tonight, which in a key series like this late in the season is very important to both squads. It's great to be able to play your best players both in the lineup, on the mound, and defensively, set for, optimal lineup construction.
Absolutely. And at this point, too, there's no more conversations about who deserves to be on the field. You know who your guys are, and they can just go out there and play and not have to worry about earning their spot at this point. It's time to just get some hits and get some wins.
Yeah, completely agree, as we see right away with the Legends with their A-team defense. Osgood in left, Sansone in right, Picone at third, Wakefield at short, and Corral, who had missed some time, and he's back as well tonight. He was back last week, but wasn't quite Derek Corral. But now this Legends is going to have a fully loaded defense as we see the standings there. The Legends sitting in 5th place, Warbirds sitting down in 9th place.
Yes,
be interesting. If the Legends happen to sweep tonight, they're going to slide up above the Sand Vipers and be 26 and 22. But somehow if they get swept, they'll fall out of the playoff spots, and the Night Owls will actually sneak in. So a big series tonight.
Yep, and here we have Buck leading it off.
He takes strike one in a whopping 45 miles an hour. Some big heat from Casey Taravella on the first pitch of the night.
Yeah, brave to start it off with the changeup. I feel like you see 45 all day in warm-ups. I don't know if I'd be brave enough to throw first pitch at 45.
Froze Buck there, and he chases 49 in the dirt, and quickly Taravella retires Buck Burner, no problem on strikes.
Yeah, on 2 pitches at that. Very efficient right there. Very, very well-executed plan.
Got to be happy Taravella getting settled in there, retiring the tough Buck Burner in the first out. And that's going to bring up powerful hitting lefty Jim Dodos. Missed last week, and the Warbirds missed him big time.
Yes, they did.
Dodos goes after the first pitch and rolls it to Wakefield at second. He's going to fire it to the backstop, hits them center panel, no problem. 2 quick outs here for the Legends, and the Warbirds not doing much damage so far. Brings up lefty Peter Mockabee, back-to-back lefties in the lineup for the Warbirds. Not exactly a common thing here in PLW too often to see back-to-back left-handed hitters.
It is not. You tend to like to make that defense shift a little more and kind of run back and forth and keep them on their toes. But this kind of lets them get a little more settled into where they are.
Taravella with that first strikeout of Buck Burner actually gives him 250 for his career. He's the 13th player to reach that 250 career strikeout mark. Good job, Casey Taravella.
Yeah, that is a lot of strikeouts, that's for sure.
Yeah, and he got Maccabees chasing there as well. 2 strikeouts in the first inning for Taravella. Good to see him getting settled in. As we said at the top of the broadcast, a key to victory for the Legends tonight is Casey to put the team on his back, both on the mound, some offensively and defensively as well.
Absolutely, and he's always going to hit. I don't think that's ever going to be an issue for Casey. I think definitely the biggest thing he can add today is to give them a lot of quality innings. I don't even think he has to keep it, he doesn't have to shut them down completely. He just has to keep it close and let their big bats come through for him on offense.
Yeah, the Legends are a team that can hang with anybody and put up a ton of runs in a hurry.
Absolutely. All right, let's go through this lineup here for the Legends. Leading off, we're going to have Nick Sansone, then Alex Garcia, Casey Taravella, then Derek Corral, Trench Picone, and Billy Osgood. And just like we saw with the Warbirds, they have a very full bench with Jason Stephenson, Ethan Wakefield, Chris Coleman, Tony Garay, Brad Ogden, and James Church.
Yeah, really surprising to see Jason Stephenson not in the starting lineup. Struggled a bit as of late, but it kind of shows you the depth that the Legends offense has to be able to have a guy who's as strong, as powerful as Jason Stephenson on the bench to start game number 1.
Yeah, it almost makes me concerned as to whether or not it's a health reason that he's not in there. Because I think even a slumping Stevenson out there is still going to be one of the better hitters you could put in any lineup.
You would tend to think so. Yeah, hopefully Jason Stephenson feeling okay. I'm sure we will see him at some point this evening. We talked about interesting lineup construction for the Warbirds, having Dodos and Mockabee back-to-back lefties, and we're going to see the same thing with this Legends lineup, with Sansone leading off from the left side, and then Alex Garcia, as hot a hitter as anybody here in PLW, going to be batting second.
Yeah, just a lot of lefties in general for both of these teams, and a lot of power lefty hitters at that.
As we say, this ballpark is a little bit of a left-hander's ballpark. That fence in right is 2 feet shorter than the one in left and a couple feet shorter as well.
Yeah.
So these powerful left-handed hitters.
That short porch for him, for sure.
They love this place. We're going to see Brandon Mayo firing his first pitch, just missing low, 56.
Yeah, and Brandon Mayo has really been delivering a great season on the mound. Oh, batted just foul down the line.
He's just a perennial Cy Young candidate, a true workhorse, a guy who just goes out there, gets innings, gets shutdown innings, tons of strikeouts. Prolific pitcher here in PLW.
And what I think he's really done better than any other pitcher since season 1 is his ability to adapt, come up with new pitches, new arm slots, new ways of pitching to everybody. Like season 1 Mayo and season 3 and Season 4 Mayo, they're all different beasts, and they're all equally effective. It's really been phenomenal what he's been able to do on the mound.
And that's a very important thing because the league has just gotten tougher and tougher as the seasons have gone on. And for a guy to be dominant in Season 1 and to continue that dominance is really impressive. There's been a handful of guys where we've seen who in the early days of PLW were dominant, and then they've started to slide, down that list a little bit.
It's a tough play.
Oh, what a play there. Matty Levine ranging back from third base, wasn't sure if he could get there. Kind of volleyballed that one up to Buck Burner, and Buck makes the catch in left field for the second out here in the first. What a cool play that was.
And I love seeing that. Wiffle ball, unlike baseball, you do not have a glove. You can't have anything on your hands. So there's going to be a lot of balls that are going to bounce up, and I love that Buck came all the way from center field to get in position to make that play. Excellent job by both of those guys.
Yeah, multiple fielders should be crashing on the ball at all times because it's very easy for a pop-up to go off somebody's hands and you can be there to back it up, or a ground ball to go off somebody's body and you'd be right there to pick it up. So good fundamental playing backup there.
Yeah.
Mile going hot against Taravella on 0-2, misses with 62. Taravella rips it down the left field line past the diving Levine, and Dodos can't prevent that one from getting from hitting the wall. It's going to be a 2-out double for Casey Taravella.
Yeah, and I don't love to see that. I like to see players get all the way down and really make sure they knock that ball down there. Let's hope that it doesn't come back to hurt the Warbirds, as long as they can get out of it. Already have 2 outs here, so it shouldn't be too tall an order for Brandon Mayo right here.
Jim Dodos as sure-handed as they come out there in the outfield, but struggled, didn't quite get down for that one.
That one definitely got there quick. I mean, he's no slouch. If it's getting by him, it's well hit. I'd still like to see it knocked down, though.
And Corral goes down swinging, and Mayo puts up a scoreless frame for his team here in the first inning. And we have a 0-0 game heading into the top of the second here in game number 1. And the top of the second is brought to you by Leilani Acuna. Whether you're buying or selling a home, you have a realtor trusted by PLW players and family. Connect with Leilani on Instagram at Leilani Acuna. You see our main man, Trench Pacone, there, playing lockdown defense, gold glove quality defense all season for the Legends. Maybe a couple of gold glovers on this Legends squad. One on the mound in Taravella, one at third there in Pacone.
Yeah, I think Wakefield's really given us maybe not quite like gold glove, but very close.
Yeah,
arguably gold glove defense, especially the latter half of this season.
He has a very strong arm there at short, but sometimes lacks the accuracy, maybe even too strong at times, because is on occasion known to spike it or actually let it sail if he doesn't quite get the holes oriented correctly. But yeah, does a great job sacrificing his body, keeping the ball in front of him. Brandon Mayo up here, and he's going to look to go to the 5-6 hole, and he does, past the diving Pacone. Osgood knocks it down in front of the wall. Mayo with a leadoff single here in the second. It's going to bring up rookie Jimmy Perez in the 5 hole. Perez a little gone under the radar so far this year as a rookie due to the impressive performances of Kyle Letter and Mark Devano and Cody Runnels and Will Morris and Ryan Murphy, all those big hitters. But, was the 4th overall draft pick, and I think manager Chris Warfield is really happy about this guy. When you look at him swing, you can tell he's a ball player for sure. And then you see him move in the field as well. This kid is going to be good for years to come for sure.
Yeah, and I think his ceiling is going to be really, really high because he just keeps getting better every time I see him. And it's a testament to the work he's put in that he's where he is in the starting lineup here.
Chases that one, goes down swinging for the first out in the second. Yeah, I agree. Perez, pretty good overall rookie campaign, and nothing but good things to come for Jimmy Perez. We're going to see KJ LaCroix in the 6th hole here, looking to do some damage himself. A spinner over to the right side, gets past Corral, and I don't even believe he got a finger on it. So Miles going to go over to third. Looks like Corral did touch it, he says.
Just got a piece of it. He must have just barely got a piece of that.
Yeah, it kind of went under his arm, by his leg. I don't know. He was really faked out by the spin of that. Didn't quite recognize how much spin it had on it.
Yeah, and that is one of the most difficult things being an infielder in a wiffle ball league is the amount of spin that you're going to get on nearly every ball hits your way. Even the ones that aren't moving, you're dealing with a lot of spin all the time.
You want to sit back and wait on it, but sometimes that spin, once it hits the ground, it could jump 5, 6, 7 feet one direction. And if you're sitting back, now you're not exactly in a fielding position because it's going to spin far away from you.
Absolutely. I've seen balls that go to the pitcher that spin all the way back.
Burner rolls into a double. Oh, no.
Ooh.
This was an automatic, simple, easy way double play, as we say. Wakefield to Picone to Corral, but maybe even too easy of a throw from Picone over to Corral, and they don't execute. And that's going to give the Warbirds extra life here and give Jim Dodos a couple of men on with 2 outs and a chance to do damage.
Not the person you want to see up here with runners in scoring position for sure.
Dodos rolls over that one's going to spin fair. Back to Picone playing first this time. He fires to the backstop, and on one pitch, Taravella retires Dodos and gets out of the jam. Big pitch by Casey Taravella there, getting his team out of the inning despite having to essentially get a 4th out. Good job by Casey there. Trench is going to lead off here in the bottom of the 2nd. He's going to try to get his team started. Trench with a big series last week. He homered in each of the 3 games.
Ooh, that is a great series.
I kind of talked earlier this season. I've done a lot of Wednesday games this year, so I've seen a lot of Legends. I've seen a lot of Night Owls games. And Trench, we kind of talked about as a guy who wasn't kind of getting a ton of reps early in the season. And then now, towards the second half, later on in the season, he's really been a part of that starting lineup. And as he's gotten more reps, he's gotten more comfortable swinging again, got his timing down, and he looks like the old Trench Picone that we know and love.
Absolutely. And Trench I've seen him out here working. He puts in the work. Like, if something's not right, he's going to work at it until he can get that swing where he wants it to be, and he's always going to be a dangerous hitter out here.
Yeah, career leader in Grand Slams, Trench Picone. Got a lot in season 1 and 2 for the Sand Vipers. He's continued his offensive success, plus his Gold Glove quality defense. And, of course, his pitching, a 3-way player, as we say here in PLW. He stares at ball 1, hits the pan, but 57 miles per hour.
Coming in just a little hot there, and that is something that you will see Mayo do a lot, is come in a little hot and try to get you to chase that.
Takes a couple miles an hour off on that one. 55, outside pipe, and Trench swings and misses at it.
Man, I don't know if that ball was hittable right there. That looked like it had 3 feet of vertical movement straight down and still hit that bar.
Brandon is just so nasty at times. And that one grabs outside pipe and hits 57. Miles really, when he gets ahead of the count, he just really tries to work corners. And that is really a good idea as a pitcher. You just want to try to make as tough of a pitch as possible. Get some strikeout looking. Trench is going to chase that one down and away. Out number 1.
Absolutely. It's like he said, he just does not let off those corners. It seems like even when he gets to full counts and he's behind, he just keeps attacking those corners, and he has the precision to make it work.
He does not want to live in the middle of the zone or up and in. As Osgood rolls one to Petricus at short, and he fires the backstop, no problem for out number 2. Yeah, I mean, up in the zone, in the middle of the zone is not where you want to live as a pitcher. You want to live on those edges. 1, guys are going to be less likely to swing at those pitches. And 2, they're just harder to square up, whether it's top edge, bottom edge, outside or inside. Those pitches are just the harder ones to square up. And if you can accurately paint those corners, you're going to have success all day.
Absolutely.
Sansone lays off that pitch down and away.
And at 55 and under, I mean, you're just never going to be able to blow someone away. You have to understand how to hit those corners. You have to be able to change speeds, which Brendan Mayo is one of the best in PLW at it and has been since the beginning.
Yeah, location and keeping guys off balance, key to success here in PLW. Falls behind Sansone here, 3-1, one of the better eyes in the league, but a man who's always looking to swing the bat. Sansone likely to have the green light here on 3-1 if he sees a pitch he likes. He goes after that one and hits it deep to right, and it's gone. Over the little Batty Bakery side, and Nick Sansone gives the Legends a 1-0 lead. An absolute no-doubter.
Yeah, absolutely no doubter. Way out of here. And I'd say he got a pitch that he liked there, and that's why you green light hitters of that quality. Like, walks are very important in this league, but home runs are even more important. So,
yeah,
absolutely.
Sure, the Legends would love to have a walk against Brandon Mayo, but with nobody on and 2 out, and a powerful hitter like Nick Sansone, he knows that if he gets a pitch that he can drive, he's going to jump all over it, and he did just that.
Yeah, and I've definitely seen a power surge from him the last couple weeks. It seems like he's really been getting barrel to ball and hitting it far and hard and often.
Alex Garcia tried to go opposite way again. This time Maccabee off his hands. Rolls towards the wall. And umpire Alec Hutt down there. Really close to that play. Got a great view at it. Says just one base. Buck Burner did a good job preventing it from hitting the wall.
I mean, that was a great effort by Maccabee to get there for that. And just barely couldn't hold on to it. Great range, just couldn't quite keep it.
Garcia looking to go the opposite way. So far tonight, he went the opposite way last inning, and we saw that little bit of a circus play with Levine and Burner out there, and then now he has to go opposite way again, gets the ball to fall in for a base hit.
I almost thought we were going to see another circus play right there. I thought we were getting our second one.
It looked like it for a moment.
He just popped it up the wrong way. Next time we need to talk to Mock that he needs to send it back towards the field, and we'll get another one.
Taravella swings and misses at a 2-1 pitch. Count goes even now.
Very strong swing, though. Definitely swinging to do damage here.
Doesn't get cheated. Rolls over that one, and this might spin back fair. Maccabee waiting on it, but it does stay foul. Didn't quite have the side spin on it to get back into fair territory. New life for Taravella.
I like his decision there to make sure it stayed foul as that clock starts running up. Just take no chances. Your pitcher's dealing, might as well let him finish him off just like that.
Mayo blows Taravella away there on a high pitch. Taravella can't quite catch up to it. That was 56. Nice little drop. Kind of 12-6. Didn't quite come down as far as normal. 3 strikeouts through 2 for Mayo. 3 strikeouts through 2 for Taravella. A little bit of a pitcher's duel, but one mistake pitch to a powerful hitter, Nick Sansone, and the Legends capitalize, and they're on the board 1-0. Might be enough with a guy like Casey Taravella on the mound, but with the conditions that we have here tonight, 95-plus degrees, I wouldn't expect one to be the highest scoring, the winning number in this game.
I agree, and we really haven't seen Dodos and Maccabee swing and make contact the way they can, and I think before this game is out, we're going to see at least one of those 2 bats start to heat up, and so I do think that the Legends will need more than that. One of those 2 is going to leave the yard before this game is over.
Yeah, Dodos has come back down to earth a little bit as of late. 2 weeks ago, had kind of a subpar series when it comes to Jim Dodos standards, and then missed last week. So it's been a number of weeks before Jim Dodos has really been himself. So we'll see if he can come back to that form tonight.
Yeah, and we've seen him just barely roll over. I think it's just a matter of time.
Peter Maccabee going to lead it off here in the top of the third as he stares at 50 miles an hour right down the pipe. Taravella gets ahead 0-2. Maccabee fights that one off, fouls it down the third base line.
Very tough pitch to do that on, too. Taravella really located that slider well, so it was all the way in on his hands. But Maccabee just has a great bat-to-ball approach, and he just makes contact.
Plenty of fast pitch experience, Peter Maccabee. So this 55 miles an hour is a little bit of adjustment to him at times, but he confidently can wait back on it and try to get those late swings, but swings and misses there.
Yeah, and you'll see him a lot of time almost have to time down his swing for his first few at-bats, but once he gets locked in, he just hits the ball so hard.
Brandon Mayo goes after the first pitch up in the zone, but gets under it and pops it up to Trench Pacone over there at third base. And a couple of quick outs for Taravella here. Top of the third. Brings up that rookie Jimmy Perez. We're going to get something started with 2 outs for the Warbirds.
We need to get something going here.
He swings at the first pitch. Taravella's going to be able to get to this on one hop, no problem. Fires it off the strike zone. And a quick inning for the Warbirds. 1-2-3 they go. Legends got to be happy about that. They jump to the lead off the bat of Sansone in the bottom of the second, 1-0, and then their pitcher goes out there and gets a shutdown inning. Big momentum spot. It feels so good to grab the lead and then go right out to the mound. Quick inning, get right back in the dugout and go chance to get some more.
Yeah, I don't think he threw more than 8 pitches right there. Very efficient inning. And defense looked great. So, yeah, Taravella rolling right now. Really looking sharp. Now let's see if they can keep adding to that lead they already have.
Yeah, tough lineup top to bottom. Will be interesting to see how the Warbirds use the innings of Brandon Mayo tonight. This is now going to be his third inning. They are now behind. It feels, he's their guy that they want to use a lot of innings out of. And if this game maybe gets away from them a little bit, maybe they go away from him later in the game.
Yeah.
It's just disappointing. And I think it's happened to Brandon Mayo plenty on both his Warbirds and Night Owls career, where he's been on the mound for 5 or 6 innings and in a losing effort. And unfortunate for Brandon Mayo. This could be another one. He gives up 1-2 runs over 5 or 6 innings, and if the Warbirds can't score, it puts them behind the 8 ball, having used 5 or 6 Mayo innings.
Yeah, and that puts them behind for the rest of it because, like we said, he is just one of the most effective pitchers at keeping your team in games out here. And so he will keep them in this game until the end. But it's really just a matter of if they can put runs across and give him the run support he deserves.
Yeah, pressure will likely rely on the top 3 guys in the order, Burner, Dodos, and Mockabee, to come up with a big hit. Corral goes up the middle past Matt Petrikis at short with a leadoff single. Good to see Corral get on here.
Yeah, such a good bat right there. I mean, that pitch was low and outside and a different speed than he was used to, and he still just barreled it and punched it right back up the middle. Tough to get a guy who can do that out.
Yeah, up the middle is a place where you can get a lot of hits in this league. A lot of times defenses will play people to pull. So if you can find hard hit balls up the middle, it's going to be a lot of base hits for you.
Yeah, you really just have to get it by the pitcher up the middle, and he's so close that's...
His reaction time is extremely short.
Yeah. Yeah, very tough to react and catch something with your hands when you're only 40 feet away, and these guys are hitting it. I've seen it up to 109 off the bat out here. So, I mean, not a lot of time to react.
109 miles an hour from 40 feet away is, you can't even blink that fast. Trench rolls one over to Matt. He's going to step on second, try to do the double play himself, and he hits the strike zone and executes that. An unassisted double play by Matt Petrikis. Gets 2 outs here. The leadoff single by Corral. He's retired for now.
Now, I really like what Matt did there in that he took charge of that play himself. It gives you time to get the ball set the way you want while you're running over. There's no extra throw, and there's a lot less that can go wrong if you have time to run it to the bag and finish the double play yourself.
Yeah, he knew he had plenty of time on that fairly hard-hit ground ball. Matt Petrikis, as quick as anybody at short, runs over to second, steps on it, and makes a hard, accurate throw to the backstop. One of the best throwers of the wiffle ball here in PLW for sure.
One of the best defenders, too, at that.
All around stud, that kid.
He can do everything. I'm liking these beads that the Warbirds have on today. Did you notice that? Every one of them has a little bead necklace on.
Yeah, not really sure what they're going with there, but they're good team unity stuff for sure. That's good. It's good to see that. I'm a fan of anything that works on team cohesiveness, team unity, makes you really feel like you're not just individuals out there playing for yourself, but you're a group of guys playing for the same cause. It's really important stuff.
Yeah.
If you ask me.
Yeah,
1-0 Legends here.
Yeah, Terra Barrel rolling. They really need to do something here and at least get the needle moving their way. If you're not going to score runs, you need to start showing your team and everybody else here that you can hit KC. Otherwise, they're going to get kind of down on themselves. And the Warbirds tend to be a very emotional team. Their rhythm, they need to start finding that rhythm and start pushing it forward.
Yeah, this will be a big batter here to lead off the 4th inning in KJ LaCroix. He's going to be in the 6th hole here, but if he can get on and get himself on or in scoring position for the likes of Burner, Dodos, and Mockabee, this could be the inning where the Warbirds punch back and stay in this game and possibly take the lead. Big at bat here for LaCroix to start this rally off. Let's see how he does. KJ ropes that one through the 5-6 hole. Trench didn't even move. It was hit so hard past him. And KJ with the leadoff single. Just like that. Base runner for Burner, Dodos, and Mockabee. We'll see if Buck can settle in here. He's been a little anxious so far tonight.
Yeah, he's just missed a couple. I'd like to see him swing at some better pitches here.
Chases that one, though. Rolls it to Trench. Going to flip it over to Corral. Going to try to turn 2. No problem for the Legends. Really tough swing there by Burner. Got the leadoff single, hard hit ball by LaCroix, and then one pitch later rolls one over to Pacone, and the Legends execute the double play.
Yeah. In that situation there, I would like to see Buck try a lot harder to elevate the ball rather than hit it on the ground. The last thing you want is that double play right there. With arguably the best hitter in the league coming up behind you, give him a chance to at least score the run. You pop out, you strike out, that's fine. We still have a runner on. But now Dodos is here with 2 outs, and Casey can be very careful here.
Yeah, those double plays are such a rally killer. I mean, what a difference. Like 45 seconds ago, we're talking about, okay, leadoff runner guy for the top 3 guys in the lineup. And then now it's nobody on and 2 out, and Dodos is behind in the count and in a tough spot.
Yeah.
He battles back, and it's 2-2.
Yeah, always a good eye here, but you still would have been a different approach from Casey if he knew that he had runners on.
Absolutely. Dodos going to get under this one, float it back behind short, and Corral is there to secure the 3rd out. And no rally it is. Leadoff base hit by KJ LaCroix. Felt like this might be the inning. And the Warbirds kind of shoot themselves in the foot there with a double play ball and then a pop-out by Dodos. Dodos 0 for 3 so far tonight with a pair of groundouts and a pop-out here.
Yeah, really not a lot of hits for the Warbirds at all so far. It looks like they just have those 2 singles.
Yeah, LaCroix and LaCroix 2 singles. Looks like 3 hits overall, but just 3 singles. No.
Yeah, singles don't hurt much out here. You really got to string some singles together to do some damage. So scattering 3 singles out of a game is a great pitching performance.
As we take a look there, if the season ended today, and we see that would be that 4th and 5th place matchup of Sand Vipers Legends, man, let's just freeze the playoffs right now and see those 2 teams battle it out.
Ooh.
Let's look at the bottom half. Unfortunately, those Lightning in 10th place. Goodbye, Lightning. It's been real.
Yeah.
Warbirds would be in 9th place. The key is there, if you're in the 7th or 8th place spot, you have 2 chances to avoid being relegated out of this league. So these teams at the bottom definitely want to be in either that 7th or 8th place spot and not in 9th. 9th or 10th are not the spots you want to be. So the Warbirds right now sitting in 9th place, they want to change that if possible.
Yeah. And again, we have that whole mess right in the middle where I feel like every team is within just 1 or 2 games of each other. So you're looking at those 7 and 8 teams, but you have to understand they're only 2 or 3 games out of 3rd and 4th place. Like, it's very close through the whole middle. So for the Legends, extremely important games here. They can move up or they can move way down depending on how they do today.
Yeah, big series coming up for all those teams in the middle, really all the teams in the whole league, where a big series one way or the other can have some large shifts in the standings. Sansone chases or goes after that 3-1 pitch. His last 3-1 pitch he saw, he drove over the right center field fence for a home run.
Yeah.
Full count here as we feel the wind picking up, Taylor.
Yeah, it looks like it's really starting to blow out.
Sansone smokes that one up the middle.
Be 2.
Perez isn't going to be able to get, Buck Burner's not going to be able to get over there to stop that one in front of the wall. It's going to be a leadoff double for Nick Sansone. Legends looking to add on some insurance runs here with the heart of their lineup coming up. Garcia, Taravella, and Derek Corral.
That is how you want to start an inning off. Runner in scoring position right off the bat.
Garcia stares at 56, hitting the zone. A little bit of brain dar, as we say.
Yeah, I think he thought that pitch was wide. I don't think he realized it was too fast.
Garcia does stand a little bit away from the plate and a little bit open, but does a nice job of squaring up when the pitch comes in. Fouls that one back behind 1 and 2.
Yeah, he really has excellent bat control. And a lot of these guys, it's so interesting how different their approach is and where they stand in the box is, but they make it work.
Swings and misses there, though, and Mayo gets him runner on second, 1 out for the Legend starter, Casey Taravella. Looking to help himself out, give him a little insurance runs. Just looking for a single here. Taravella doubled in the first, was left stranded, struck out in the second. Gets under this one, deep fly ball to center. Looked like it had a chance for a second, but Buck Burner makes the catch 5 or 6 feet in front of the wall for the second out. You know, that wind just got introduced in this inning. We weren't quite sure where it's blowing yet. Maybe not exactly blowing out, judging by that ball.
Yeah, that looked like, off the bat, it looked like if there was any wind at all, it was going to get that push it needed to get over, but just fell short. Just missed a 2-run home run right there.
Brings up Derek Corral, and he drives one deep to center. No wind needed as Buck Burner goes over the wall. Is he okay? He's okay! Derek Corral with a 2-run home run extends the Legends' lead to 3-0. Buck Burner attempted a miraculous catch in center field, but went tumbling over the wall.
Man, I love to see the effort, but I do not feel like Buck was even close to getting that one.
Maybe a little bit of a showman said, okay, I've seen a couple of guys go over the wall. Let me see if I can do the same, make a miraculous play.
Yeah, it would have been a spectacular play, but I'm glad to see that he's okay out there. That's what's most important for sure.
Maybe the wind is blowing out slightly, as that ball had no problem carrying out, or maybe Derek Corral is just such a stud. He smoked that ball to dead center either way.
Just hits it so hard. Wind doesn't matter.
That man did have 6 home runs in one series earlier this season.
I remember it well. That was against me. He hit 2 of them off of me.
Mile tinked outside pipe there. Thought he might have had Pacone looking, but it was 59 off our pocket radar. Trench locked in behind 1 and 2 here.
Ooh, good eye by Trench right there.
Always love to see guys battle back from 0-2 to 2-2. Not give up when they get behind 0-2. 2-2 from Mayo. Breaking ball. Trench fouls that one off. Not in the zone.
Yeah. Good pitch. Way to spoil it by Trench right there, too. Great job getting that bat to the ball. Giving himself life for another pitch here. He's just waiting for one mistake.
Mayo goes low. Pacone rolls it over to Petrikis. Going to have no problem with this one. As sure-handed as they come, fires to the backstop in 4 seconds for the third out, but not before damage is done. Big swing by Derek Corral. 2-run bomb. Gives the Legends the insurance runs they need. 3-0 with Casey Taravella heading back to the hill. Top of the 5th here in game number 1. As we see a couple of gentlemen there on the container. We have Mateo Fernandez of the Bombers, Max Fernandez on the right of the Bombers, and Tom Gannon of the Sand Vipers in the middle.
Mm-hmm. Always nice when we have fans out here watching. Love having people out here supporting the stream, keeping everything fun and happy out here.
Yeah, 3 guys on some playoff hopeful teams, maybe out here scouting the Legends a little bit, trying to see what Casey Taravella's got. Be interesting to see what the, as we talked about a little bit, the Warbirds are now down 3-0. They've used 4 of Brandon Mayo's innings. If Taravella shuts them down here, 1-2-3, or they don't get any runs back, we'll see what manager Chris Warfield decides to do with Mayo and whether or not they send him back out to the hill.
Yeah, and I think if it was me and it was my decision, I would probably pull him here, especially because unless they score some runs here, they have good pitching behind them. Mayo's their best, but their pitchers behind him are also very effective pitchers.
Yeah, Maccabee just as good as any. Of course, Petrikis and Dodos more than usable as well. Of course, yeah. Matt Petrikis can be as filthy as anybody with some unique pitching.
Yeah, very underrated pitcher, Matt Petrikis. People don't understand just how effective he's been since the beginning, but very, very effective, very nasty pitcher.
Yeah, another guy out here since day one who's continued his pitching success, despite the league getting tougher and tougher. As Maccabee hits a base hit up the middle, gets him going for the night, couple of Ks in his first 2 appearances at the plate. Maccabee with his first hit.
Now, we've seen the Warbirds do this before, get the leadoff runner on, but right here they've hit into 2 double plays already. We need to see them advance the runner and not just get 2 quick outs right here.
I do like in a little bit of these pressure situations to try to make the pitcher feel the moment. I know it's only a runner on first, but good job by Mayo taking the first pitch there low, not letting, now Taravella's down 2-1. You got to feel it a little bit. He's going to have to come into him, and one mistake and Mayo can make this a 1-run game in a hurry. And that's roped up the middle. Is that going to get to the wall? No problem. It sure is. Maccabee's going to score from first. An RBI double for Brandon Mayo. Cuts the lead from 3-0 to 3-1 now. Back-to-back hits for the Warbirds.
Love seeing it when the pitcher can come through and help themselves like that, too. Nothing sweeter than when you're pitching and you can really put some runs across and start helping yourself out.
Perez goes after the first pitch, falls behind 0-2. We'll see if he can battle tough with 2 strikes here. Maybe look to go the other way. He's got some power the other way as well. He shoots it straight dead center. Floating under it is Sansone.
Ooh.
Looks like the wind didn't really have much effect on that one, Taylor.
Yeah, I'm feeling like that wind might be gone. Maybe we're just seeing that tier 2 wind, and the only way you're getting help is if you get it 60 feet in the air, because that didn't go anywhere.
Yeah, a little bit of breeze in those trees way up there, but we're still not really sure what direction it's blowing. LaCroix takes ball 1 in the dirt.
And he hit one real hard his last time up there.
Yeah, a couple of 2 for 2 so far for KJ with a pair of singles. Looking to continue his hot start tonight. Maybe slide him more high. Maybe slide him higher up in the lineup after this this game. We'll see.
Yeah, if he's seeing the ball well, we want him to get more reps for sure.
A guy like this is really good to have in the 6 hole though as well. For some reason, if he's the leadoff guy or if he gets on base in front of, as we talked about, Burner, Dodos, and Maccabee, he's a good guy to have in the 6 hole as well. Turns the lineup over. That's KJ. Drives one deep to center. Sansone's back. And it's gone. It's over the wall. Osgood and Sansone nearly collided, and that ball went over the wall. Maybe one of them had a chance to rob it, but either way, that ball is deposited over the pocket radar sign, and this game is tied.
Yeah, I think we saw both of them reaching, trying to get a hand on that and get it back on the field, but just hit so hard and got there so fast. No time to make it happen.
Yeah, near collision out there in center field. Tough play. Both men thought they might have had a chance at robbing this ball, but it somehow just creeped over the wall. And KJ LaCroix continues his hot start, 3 for 3 tonight with 2 singles and now a bomb, and we have a new ball game.
We are all tied up. Love to see it.
That one goes high off the foam on the top, as you see there, that white tape. Going to be ball number 1. Burner fouls that one back into the zone, 1 and 2. We talked about possibly polling Brandon Mayo, but they got those 3 runs right back, so we will see him on the mound looking to get his team a victory for sure. Yeah, nobody on and 1 out here for Buck Burner.
And really, with the Warbirds, it's been the bottom half of the lineup doing the damage. If they can get their top half going here, then they are in a great position to win this series and really put some runs across.
2-2 from Taravella. Misses down and away, 3 and 2. No walks in this game from either side yet. Action pitch. Buck Burner drives that one to left, and that one's gone! Back-to-back bombs from the Warbirds, and just like that, they went from down 3-0 to up 4-3.
Love to see this. And like I said before, the Warbirds, they build off of each other so well. And I've seen this so many times this season where one of them gets going and then the next and then the next and then the next. They just keep it moving here, putting 4 across already. We only have 1 out here in the 5th.
Yeah, and now you got arguably the most dangerous hitter in the league up to bat here in Jim Dodos from the left side. Not exactly what Taravella wants after giving up all those hits. Has to face Dodos now, looking to extend the lead even further, possibly. He stares in at strike 2 at 52.
But Taravella really coming through with that pitch. I mean, that's a bounce back right there to come from giving up back-to-back to really coming right in and painting a corner like that. Love to see it.
Good pitch by Taravella to get back in it for sure. Dodos going to look for a pitch in the zone. Hit hard, though. The 1-2 from Taravella. Dodo stares at 55, right down the pipe. Strikeout looking not something to be said too often.
Looked like a knuckleball right there, and a very good one at that. That had a lot of movement to it.
Yeah, that clearly fooled him and froze him.
Yeah, and Dodos definitely not having a typical Jim Dodos day. 0 for 4 now.
0 for 4 with a couple of groundouts, a pop-up, and a strikeout. Maccabee started this whole rally off with a leadoff single. So you can get another little 2-out bingo going. Got 1,100 viewers watching on TikTok. Come on over to that link you see on the field and in the bio, twitch.tv/Premier Wiffle for the full broadcast. We got everything to offer over here, 3 different camera angles. You can bet your wiffle ball points, earn some stuff in our Wiffle store, some old unique jerseys, some throwback jerseys. Shipped a couple of those out today to some people who cashed some points in. Just had Nick Sansone sign his old Tomahawk jersey. That just got purchased. So yeah, come on over from TikTok.
Yeah, it's way better out here. You want the full production like it's here. It's not on TikTok.
Full count here to Maccabee, I believe. And he ropes one to right. Sansone goes down to his knees, hits him in the breadbasket, and secures it for the 3rd out. But big, big damage done as the Warbirds score 4. Get a leadoff single by Maccabee, a double by Mayo. Scored Maccabee, and then a big 2-run home run by KJ LaCroix, and then a back-to-back shot by Buck Burner. And just like that, the Warbirds go from down 3-0 to up 4-3. What a flip of the script. We were talking about how maybe Mile comes off the mound, the Warbirds try to conserve his innings, and now they're going after a win.
Yeah, now they're chasing the win. Now you want Mayo in there until the end. Like, you got to preserve this 1-1 lead. You're going to see their best defense on display, and you're going to see Mayo at his best pitching here. He loves these high-pressure situations.
Yeah, the Warbirds coming in 9th place. You know, they're having maybe a little bit of fun tonight. They're all wearing those beads. They got down 3-0, and maybe they're feeling like, look, guys, you know, it just isn't our season. But when a game flips on its head like that, they got that killer instinct, and I can guarantee they're going after this win now big time.
Yeah, and the Warbirds, a much better team than their record really shows. They've had some rough luck with players not being there when they needed them, and they've lost a lot of really close series. So much better than I think they show on paper.
Yeah, a lot of parity in this league, top to bottom, as we see any night a team at the bottom can hang with a team at the top. Last night we saw the 10th place Lightning take 2 out of 3 against the defending champions Sand Vipers. Osgood goes down 0-2, fouls that one off. A little bit of a bad milestone for Billy Osgood, possibly. If Osgood manages to strike out 3 times tonight, he'll be the first player in PLW history, as he goes down swinging there, to have 200 career strikeouts. It sounds like a big number, and he does strike out a lot, but he's also been here since day number 1. Yeah. So he's a guy who has just as many plate appearances as possibly anybody in this league.
Yeah, easily 500, 600, maybe even 700 plate appearances there. So, I mean, it's
just an accumulation number. Yeah. It's not like he's striking out every time. It's just a number that I saw when I was looking at some statistics today.
Yeah. And definitely not the number, not the milestone you want to reach, but really been an effective hitter through all of that, too. Hits the ball hard a lot.
Yeah, tons of home runs for sure. As Sansone rolls one over to KJ at first. He fires to the backstop, hits the strike zone, no problem, just under 4 seconds for the second out. And a big, big inning here for Mayo and the Warbirds. If they can go 1-2-3 and keep the Legends off the board here, huge momentum for the Warbirds.
Just have to get through one of the best hitters in the league to do it is all.
Yeah, Alex Garcia sitting on 29 career home runs, needs one more for 30. 22 players with 30-plus career home runs now. That number was a lot smaller earlier this season. A lot of guys have reached that milestone. 30 home runs is a good number. I mean, it's a number where it's shown you've been around for a little while.
Yeah, and that you've hit the ball hard the whole time.
And Garcia gets under that one, looking to go opposite way again. That's the 3rd time we've seen him hit one over to the left side. That one gets out of play, though. I've seen him hit multiple home runs this year over that left field container and over that left center field fence. He's a guy who's definitely looking for that power alley.
Yeah, he definitely has the power to really hit it that way and hit it well.
Smokes that one up the middle. That's going to get off the pink box sign. 2-out double here by Garcia. Gives Casey Taravella a chance to help himself out and maybe tie this game with a base hit.
Yeah, putting the tying run in scoring position. Like, this game is just going to be interesting till the very end, I think.
Taravella takes low from Mayo, 1-1. 1 for 3 so far from Casey with a double in the first. Looking for a big clutch hit here, though, to tie this game. Yeah, takes down and away, 2-1. If he can get on base and work a walk against Brandon, that'll give 2 guys on for Derek Corral, who had a home run himself last inning.
Another one of those big bats, those big scary ones. Really being very patient here, too.
Yep. Be interesting to see how Taravella approaches here. 3-1, does he take the green light and try to hit the ball hard, or does he try to get himself on base and let Corral do the work? 3-1 from Mayo.
I'm a green light guy. I feel like if you think you can do damage on a pitch, I want you swinging to hit that hard almost every time.
I do know that about you. You are a green light kind of guy, for sure. Maybe this deep in the game, the walk isn't... The walk as deep in this game as we are is not nearly as important as it is, say, in the top of the first.
Yeah.
If that's the top of the first and you can give Brandon a walk, go ahead and take a pitch. Corral rolls over the first pitch off Levine, but he can just step on third for the 3rd out. And what looked like a little bit of a 2-out rally gets squashed by that ground ball by Corral. And a good job by Mayo to bear down, get his team out of it, get his team back in the dugout with a lead heading to the 6th inning, 4-3, Warbirds.
Yeah, Warbirds with a very important chance here to add on as well. And Mayo swinging the bat, I believe he's leading off for us. Swinging the bat well, has a hit just in his last at bat, and he is 2 for 3 right now. looking to start up something right here and maybe add some insurance runs so he doesn't have to pitch in as high leverage of a situation.
Yeah, Brandon is going to lead off. It's going to go Mayo, Perez, LaCroix here. Last inning, Mayo with a double, and KJ with that home run. KJ 3 for 3 out of the 6th hole so far this game. Hopefully the Warbirds can get a couple of runners on, or at least one runner on for KJ coming up 3rd, and then roll their lineup over to the real big boys at the top. This could be another good inning here if we see a couple of these guys at the bottom get on. They started to hit Taravella well last inning.
Yeah.
We'll see if Casey can shake that off and get back to his normal self.
Yeah, saw some good pitches, but definitely made some mistakes that inning that he got punished for.
Nice.
Sometimes you get away with them, and he did not last inning.
Nice slider by Taravella there. Slides into the zone, gets ahead 0-2 on Mayo. Brandon swings and misses at what looked like, I think, a knuckleball, maybe 55 in the zone. Fooled Dodos last inning, maybe fooled Brandon there as well.
Yeah, I think he definitely has that knuckleball working today. Got him guessing on the speed on it, too.
A lot of guys try to work out of the zone ahead 0-2. Taravella going right after Mayo there. Maybe caught Brandon a little bit off balance, not expecting a pitch so down the middle.
Yeah.
Perez takes 2 inside, gets ahead 2-1.
Yeah, I think I heard some chirping there about him being too close to the plate and not getting out of the way of that first one.
Yeah, he did that stereotypical turn in that baseball players like to do. We try to have people back out the other way because in WIFFLE, we have pitches with so much break on it that you'd be surprised. Sometimes those pitches that might grab somebody's shoulder can have that late break and grab an inside part of the zone. So, yeah, you got to get out of the way. Full count here, and Taravella misses low. First walk of the ball game for the Warbirds against Taravella. We get a runner on for KJ LaCroix, 3 for 3 so far tonight. A pair of singles and a big home run last inning, which tied the game. Can KJ stay hot? Takes ball 1 away.
Yeah, really, these pitchers have been pitching well. Only the 2nd walk of the entire game.
A couple of guys that just go right after hitters. KJ stares at that 49-mile-an-hour pitch just inside, but hits the zone. 1-2. Taravella now coming. KJ stares at that one to 2 hot, 57. Taravella pummeling the strike zone.
Yeah, that was a very good pitch. I'm telling you, if I'm in the box, I'm swinging at that every time. That's too close for me to leave.
Full count here. Taravella, if he wants to finish this game, he has to come to LaCroix, who's 3 for 3 so far. Full count. KJ rolls that one over to Wakefield. Kind of bobbles it. Trench can go to second to corral. They're just going to hold it there and get the force out. Not exactly a clean play. Probably a chance for a double play for the Legends. I'm sure they wanted to turn 2 there, but unfortunately they only get 1. They do retire the lead runner. Runner on first, 2 outs for Buck Burner. Looking to get hit.
Yeah, that home run last time up. Ooh.
Looking to do the same, but hits it right to Osgood. Taravella retires Burner on 1 pitch.
Good inning by Taravella there.
Gives his team a chance to win this one, or at least tie this game and extend it.
Keeping it close, keeping within striking distance with every hitter that comes up to keep it tied. So it's what you like to see.
What do you guys think in the chat here? Let's put up those Legends emotes if you think the Legends are going to tie this game or at least force extra innings or win this one. Put up those Warbirds emotes if you think Brandon Mayo completes this game and the Warbirds hang on for a 4-3 victory in game number 1. So we see the standings there. The Legends will drop this game. They will fall to 23-23. They will be tied with the Night Owls. I believe they'll have the tiebreaker over the Night Owls. The Night Owls swept the Legends early in the season, and then the Legends swept the Night Owls back. So the first tiebreaker is head-to-head. Well, that'll be tied, and then the next tiebreaker is run differential, which the Legends will hold over the Night Owls. So the Legends will still be in 5th place if they win this game. I mean, if they lose this game.
Yeah.
But they're, with only 9 games left, they need to win as many games as possible here if they want to be in the playoffs.
Yeah, this is kind of a win-now situation for them. It's not a situation where you're going to try to win the next game. You need to win right here and right now.
Trench swings and misses at that pitch in the zone, 56, but you got to go after that pitch.
Yeah, middle of the zone at 56 is not much different than the middle of the zone at 55. If you can do damage on it, hit it hard.
1-2 from Mayo. Bottom half of the zone, but Trench sees that one as too hot. Mile uses that speed a lot when he gets ahead. Tries to go low, tries to get guys to swing and miss at those pitches, 57, 58 low in the zone. You can't do a lot of damage with that, really. It's a great pitch. Trench rolls that one back to Brandon. Going to fire this one to the backstop, no problem for out number 1.
Yeah, great job by Mile there. Now just 2 outs to go.
Osgood in the 6th hole here. Got to try to get on for the big bats of Sansone and Garcia. It's got to be a little bit of a leadoff hitter here. Doesn't have to do it all. Just got to hit the ball hard and try to get on base.
Need a runner here more than anything.
Stares at 60 down the middle. Mayo does have a walk as he walked Taravella last inning. If somehow Osgood can work a walk, Mayo will have to come out of this ball game, and the Warbirds will have to go to the bullpen. Osgood gets under this one. KJ LaCroix ranging over at second base and gets under it. Secures it for out number 2. And the Warbirds 1 out away from stealing game 1. Down 3-0 heading to the top of the 5th. Jumping on them for 4. Now they have a chance to close this one out.
Yeah, he just has to get through Nick Sansone, who already has a couple of extra base hits today.
Sansone with a home run in the 2nd and a double in the 4th. Looking to hit the ball hard and maybe tie this game. Stares at ball 1. These two guys Mayo does not want to have to face these two guys here.
Yeah, this is a tough spot of the lineup
Sansone
to get through.
Smokes one to right field, 1 hopper to Jim Dodos, and he's going to give Alex Garcia a chance here. 3rd hit of the game for Sansone, single, double, and a home run.
And it looks like they're going with 3 outfielders here. They know that anything that gets to the wall is tying this game up, and so I think they're giving the single away to try to save that run coming in.
And that ball's driven deep to left center. It's out of here! And the Legends walk it off. Nobody on and 2 out, and a base hit by Sansone, and a first pitch home run by Garcia. And the Legends steal this game right back, Taylor.
Wow, what a game. And that ball was tattooed out of here. A no-doubt line drive home run to the opposite field. I mean, I've said it before. I think Garcia can do anything.
Absolute smoke job by Alex Garcia. His 30th career home run, becomes the 23rd player in PLW history to hit 30 home runs, and maybe one of the biggest home runs in his career, as a much-needed victory from the Legends there.
Yeah.
It really looked like the Warbirds were going to steal that one. They were down 3-0 heading to the top of the 5th. Couple of big home runs by LaCroix and Buck Burner steal the lead, get back up 4-3, and then Mayo can't quite close the deal in the bottom of the 6th.
Yeah, and really a great pitching performance by him, but man, these Legends can just hit. It seems like every spot in that lineup can just do damage, and that's really what came back to haunt them.
Yeah, they flat out can hit. Just powerful guys, top to bottom. Just everybody can beat you. They're just never out of the game until the last out, and they just showed you. Nobody on and 2 out. Feels like the game's over. Sansone hits the ball hard, and then Alex Garcia, with his smooth swing, goes to that opposite field power alley, as we talked about earlier in the game, wins it here for the Legends in game number 1.
Yeah, and that opposite power that he has just makes him such a dangerous hitter. When you know that even if you pitch him outside, it's not going to make a difference. He's still going to be able to hit the ball out. I feel like there's so many hitters in PLW, if you pitch them outside half, they're still going to get hits, but they're not hitting the ball out. Me included in that conversation.
Yeah, not a lot of guys with the opposite field power of Alex Garcia. Game number 1 in the books. Legends win it on a walk-off home run by Alex Garcia, 5-4. Stick around. Be right back for game number 2. Welcome back here, the Hideaway Field in Las Vegas, Nevada, PLW. Warbirds lost a wild game 1 to the Legends, 5-4. Felt like the Warbirds were going to win that one after they got up 4-3 in the 5th inning, but a huge walk-off hit by Alex Garcia. We roll here into game number 2 as we see Peter Mockabee going to take them out for the Warbirds, opposite Billy Osgood for the Legends. So get those WIFFLE points in here on this game. Should be another hard-fought contest.
Yeah, and we're going to see 2 very good pitchers here, which amazingly aren't the best pitchers on their team. Neither of their teams ace. Both could be an ace on so many different teams. So Should be another relatively low-scoring game today.
Yeah. Mockabee specifically lately has just been kind of unhittable. He has this really impressive pitch where he seems to throw a pitch that slows down, and it's reading 57 or 58, but somehow everybody is by the time it gets to the plate, it's like 50 or 51. So it keeps hitters off balance. Everybody seems to be way ahead of it, and we'll see if Peter Mockabee can continue to do the same thing.
Mm-hmm. And Billy's really been throwing well the last couple outings he's had as well. I've seen him go deep into some games, and he's been featuring a great slider, and he's going back to that 12-6 that he's thrown. But I think the difference has been the addition of, I'm not sure if it's a true riser or more of just a two-seam fastball that he's kind of leaving high, and he's getting a lot of people to chase it. It's been very effective for him.
Yeah, it's good to see, as we mentioned already tonight, these guys that have been around since season 1 continue to work on their game, not just assume that their same old stuff is going to be as effective as it was in season 1. And now a pitcher like Billy Osgood, a guy who has some of the most innings pitched in this league, is continuing to evolve his game and stay at the top of the league in pitching.
Yeah, these great athletes find a way to compete. It seems like no matter what the situation is, and Billy Osgood has proven that he can play and that he's one of those great athletes.
A guy that manager Brad Ogden has total faith in there to go out there and do just as good a job as Casey Taravella, if not better. Really, the Legends' MO in the past has maybe been they can swing it with everybody, but they don't quite have the pitching or the defense to get it done. That is different this year with the addition of Trench McCone, with Ethan Wigfield and Derek Corral really emerging as good defenders, and with Taravella and Osgood and Stephenson and Trench on the mound. This team, top to bottom, if and when they find their way into the playoffs, they're going to be able to hang with anybody.
Yeah, they have the pitching, and they have an absolute overload of offensive power on that team as well. So if the pitching is just decent, they'll be in every game. Looks like we were having some issues with the radar there for a second. Looks like those are all worked out now.
Yeah, looks like we're good to go.
There we go.
We had a little bit of a fun. Radar was being a little wonky as well last night. I thought we got it straightened out.
I'd like to see Buck stay hot here. Looked like he was really heating up there at the end of that game.
Gets a little jammed on that one and under it and flies it out to Taravella in the left for the first out.
And that's what Billy does so well with that slider. He keeps it so far in on your hands that you can't get the barrel to it, and all you can do is just roll over and either pop it up or hit a weak ground ball. That pitch left over the middle of the plate or outside is very dangerous, but he really doesn't put it there very often.
It's good. To be able to not miss with a pitch like that is key, because if you miss location to hitters like Burner, Dodos, Mockabee, they're not going to miss it more often than not and are going to punish you for sure.
Yeah. And I mean, that slider, it's one of the pitches that we've seen the very most out here because it's usually the first pitch that we teach new pitchers.
Right.
It's one of the easiest to throw. So to still use it effectively shows his ability to adapt and to find ways to get people out. I like that swing from Dodos. It looks like he's really swinging to do damage here, which I felt like he was a little timid in game 1.
Dodos goes down swinging. Slow start for him. 0 for 4, game number 1. Swing and a miss there on his first at bat. Dodos a little off these last few weeks.
Yeah, I haven't seen him make good contact like he can in a minute here.
It's only a matter of time, though. Mockabee jammed on that one, lines it to Ethan Wigfield. And a quick inning for Billy Osgood, just what the doctor ordered.
Yeah.
Legends got to be happy with that. They get that last game victory with the walk-off. Now they come out here. And, momentum is a big thing here in Wiffle and sports in general. So the Warbirds got to feel really dejected after they lose that last game.
Losing the way they did,
Lose it the way they did, exactly. And then to just go 1, 2, 3 with their big bats in the top of the first.
Yeah.
Got to be careful. This one could slip away in a hurry.
Yeah, they got to be looking for someone to kind of give them that spark to try to change that momentum back to their side of the field. Whether that be Mockabee here pitching going 1, 2, 3 or somebody getting those bats going. They need a spark. They need something to kind of ignite this powerful offense to do something.
Yeah, KJ LaCroix was doing his best to be that man last game as he went 3 for 4 with 2 singles and a home run. We'll see if KJ can be that guy this game as well. As we see manager Chris Warfield maybe going to play some defense here.
Ooh, looks like he's coming out to second base.
Yeah, Warfield not always in the lineup. Really one of the real true managers. Brad Ogden a little bit the same over on the Legends side. Guys that, look, they understand that they've built a squad full of talented players, and they're going to let those talented players play.
Yeah. Yeah, and I like what he does because he really puts his best players on the field always, even if that means he's not going to be in there, which really gives him a lot of power to kind of say, like, no, like, I'm putting my best guys in there. Like, that includes me. If it's not me, then we're going to put the best guy in. And I respect that a lot. He does a good job.
I mean, I think every manager in this league, wants the flexibility to be able to say, okay, I got enough guys here, but I can play my optimal lineup, my optimal defense, and have my optimal pitching staff as well. Sansone goes after the first pitch from Mockabee, fouls it back.
Yeah. Good looking swing from Sansone, too. Looked like he was right on top of that one.
Yeah, Sansone looking like the Nick Sansone of seasons 1 and 2 that we knew.
Yeah.
Had that hip surgery late in season 3 last year, and took him a while to really get fully recovered.
Yeah.
But this last month or so, we've really seen Sansone start to swing it again like he can. It's been dangerous. But goes down swinging there at a nasty pitch from Peter Mockabee.
Great pitch. I don't even know what you do with that. That's not really hittable because it looked like it was in the zone, and then it just felt like someone pulled the cord on it, and it stopped, and it dropped.
Just dove in on him, yeah. All sorts of movement there from Mockabee. Comes with this big swooping wide right arm. Looks like he comes from wide as that one grabs the outside pipe.
Yeah,
54.
That's another pitch. Like, you're just not going to do damage on either of those pitches. He's really doing a good job here.
Garcia waits back on that one, fouls it off. Mockabee floats that one, misses away, 2-2.
Always a patient hitter here, too. And I think Mockabee, something he struggled with in the past, is that adjustment coming from fast pitch back to this 55 and under is throwing those strikes and being effective. He's known to walk out in a lot of situations here.
As he does walk, Alex Garcia there. Early walk for Peter Mockabee here in the first inning. Legends not necessarily known as a patient team. They're a team up there swinging the bat, looking to hit, looking to drive the ball, hit it hard. But they do have ball players that understand that walks mean wins here in PLW. If you can get into the deeper pitching staff, the deeper bullpen of some of these teams, face those weaker pitchers, quote unquote, recipe for success.
Yeah, and they know that they've just burned 6 of Miles' innings here, and so they're definitely looking to try to get back to Mile with a lead so that they know they can burn the rest of those and kind of eat through the back end of this pitching staff here.
Taravella fouls that one off.
Good pitch. Way to fight that one off, too.
400 viewers. Taravella. Whoa.
Kept it close.
Yeah, that ball had so much spin on it that it never really gripped the grass and kind of really slowly moved forward. Then Mockabee grabbed it and flipped it underhand to the backstop, and it did not hit the backstop by a lot.
No, barely got it there, and got it there a little closer to 5 seconds than I would like to see. That's one. It's not hard to just pick it up and just quickly flip it right in there. Had to make it interesting.
Is going to move Garcia over to second as he did get the out at first. And a base hit by Corral down the left field line is a clean single. And that is going to score Garcia from second. And the Legends jump up to the lead 1-0 here early in game number 2.
And a good play by Dodos there to keep that as a single. We saw a similar one get past him in game 1. He really stepped up right there and made sure to keep that one here.
Pacone rips one up the middle. Petrikis knocks it down, though, and steps on the bag. The Legends strike first, jumping up to this 1-0 lead. Billy Osgood going to go back to the hill, try to do exactly what Casey Taravella did in game 1 and keep this Warbirds offense at bay. Sure, the Warbirds are probably going to get their own at some point, and the Legends are going to continue to add on at some point as well.
Yeah,
the Legends are really built for playoff success here.
Yeah, we saw what the Legends can do, even against an ace-quality pitcher. I mean, I expect them to continue to put runs up all the way through. And I think the Warbirds are going to have to do the same if they want to be competitive here.
Yeah, the Warbirds have to stay mentally tough after losing a tough game 1, 5-4 on a walk-off home run by Alex Garcia. They have to stay mentally tough and just continue to work at bat after at bat and really try to fight and make every out count and not just let this game, not just go through the motions here and let the Legends, do as they wish.
Yeah, I agree with that 100%. And the Warbirds tend to be a little bit more of an emotional team as well. They kind of ride the emotions of how the games turn out. And I really want to see some of them step up here and kind of get off the ride and decide that they're going to take control in this situation and do some damage.
We are going to see Brandon Mayo leading off here in the top of the second. He swings and misses at the first pitch, 53 mile an hour from Billy Osgood. Gets ahead 0-2. Mao fouls that one, protects with 2 strikes. See what Osgood does here.
Yeah, way ahead in the count here. I expect to see a waste pitch. He's going to throw something into the dirt.
And a big slow breaker freezes Brandon Mayo. Goes down swinging. Yeah, around this league, guys kind of are aware when somebody's ahead 0-2, they always like to kind of mess around and use some waste pitches. Maybe pitchers have started to figure out that you got to do a little bit of the opposite and go after guys on 0-2 and maybe catch guys on their heels. And that just happened there.
And that is the exact way to do it. If you have a pitch that can move enough, make it look like you're throwing a ball and bring it back into the zone. Great job by Billy there. Proving me wrong.
Something that doesn't happen too often, for sure. Here's up Jimmy Perez. Fouls that one back.
I mean, Billy really attacking the inside half of every hitter he's faced so hard. He's just really coming in inside bar right here.
There's that floater, that Osgood as we call it. Perez does a good job waiting back on it, though. Hits it hard through the 5-6 hole. He's on. There goes the perfect game.
I think his mistake there, as we were talking about, he had hammered that inside part of the zone so well, and he left that one middle. Had that been inside, I think that's a foul ball at best, if not a swing and miss. But again, that pitch, like we said before, it's such a dangerous pitch to throw that slider if you leave it out over the middle. Every hitter's going to be able to do damage there. But inside half like that, not much that can be done.
KJ jumped out of the way of that one thinking he might hit him. But it's got that nice late break that one does grab the inside part of the zone.
Yeah.
And that's that nice drop pitch, filthy from Billy Osgood there. Gets KJ swinging for the second out. He's going to roll the lineup over. Bring up Buck Burner. Going to hit the ball hard to the wall. See if he can tie it up for his team.
Yeah, looking for a big hit here. Need to get that momentum going.
55, top pipe. Tanks it, gets ahead 0-2. Yeah, Osgood is a guy who, he's maybe a little overshadowed in this league by some of the names we talk about all the time. Santi Juan, Pacone, Chen, Stein, some of the best pitchers in the league. But Osgood, on any given night, can go out there and deal with the best of them.
Yeah, when he has his best stuff, he is one of the best out here on the field. Ooh, he just got a piece of that. Like he said, he is wearing out that inside part of the plate right now.
Floats that one. Gets Burner ahead. Gets some swinging. Strikes out the side. 4 Ks for Billy Osgood through 2 innings so far.
Yeah, I think he might have clipped the plate on the swing there. I thought I heard it hit the ball, but yeah, he didn't think it was. He walked right off, so I heard something. I don't know.
There are these, what we call phantom foul tips. Sometimes it's really tough to tell. We do have an umpire 10, 12 feet away from the batter. Yeah. It's really tough to tell the difference between what is wind, what is maybe a tiny tip off the end of the bat, a piece of tape hanging off the bat.
Yeah.
It's really tough to call it. Those ones that are close typically go the pitcher's way, and we just call them swings and misses. You kind of really know for sure when you've got a foul tip in this league. Everybody can kind of hear it usually.
Yeah. Yeah, and there's some of these where you're just going to get such a small amount of it that it's like, Yeah, you got a very small amount of it, but we have to be able to hear it. I feel like in this league, it's almost not as much a foul tip as it has to be an obvious enough foul tip that we know up here in the booth for sure, undisputably, that you got a piece of it.
Yeah, I agree. Those 50-50 ones that nobody's really sure where they go, they're going to the pitcher. That's just a fact. So it's even for everybody.
Yeah, we've already made the pitchers throw 55 and under, so we're going to give them a little help on those, I think.
Right.
If it comes down to it. Ideally, we just like to make the call right every time, but like we said, there's a lot of noise and a lot of other things that can happen.
Billy Osgood going to look to help himself out, maybe with a little insurance here. Leads off the bottom of the second. Fights off that pitch, which was inside. Kind of chuckles as he swings. Was a little fooled by that Maccabee pitch. Maccabee floats that one in. Osgood turns on it. Dodos is going to get under that in foul territory, though. Alec Hutt rings him up out there in left field for the first out. Nice job by Dodos ranging over from in front of the container into foul territory. Ball didn't hit any trees over there or anything.
Yeah, he did a good job making sure he didn't run into that fence over there, too, and that's not a soft one. I mean, that's that hard wood on top. That can hurt.
Dodos already this year with a tough fall earlier this year over on that first baseline. Hit his head off the unforgiving turf we play on.
Yeah, and that turf out there, I mean, we don't get a lot of rain out here in Vegas, and as a result, with us playing on it all the time, it's just compacted that dirt into what feels like almost cement under there.
It really does feel like concrete. That's why we see some of these hard-hit ground balls just really shoot through the hole once it hits the ground. We really do play on a hard surface. Sansone gets under this one. Maccabee's going to take charge in the middle of the infield. Probably Petrikis' ball, but I do like any man who thinks he can catch it to go ahead and call it and take control. It's better off than just assuming somebody else is going to get it for sure.
Yeah, I mean, in that situation, too, it's if you call it, it's yours until Petrikis calls you off. And so
Garcia smokes that one to deep right field, but it's going to be just foul, only about 3, 4, 5 feet foul at the most.
Yeah.
There.
I think that ball almost landed back in fair territory, slicing back towards the line.
As he rockets that one off the shoulder of Maccabee, Petrikis technically could have made a play on that since it was touched by an infielder, but he's not going to make a throw, and that's going to be a 2-out single by Garcia. He continues his hot hitting.
Yeah, and that is a situation, too. A lot of time has expired for Petrikis in the outfield. To make a throw there is just take a bigger risk than I think you should in that situation.
Garcia 4 for 6 so far tonight. A pair of singles, a double, and that big walk-off home run last game. Man, Garcia, these last 6 weeks has just been just as hot as anybody in PLW.
Yeah, what a hitter. One of those guys where you just, I couldn't tell you how to get him out. It seems like he can hit the ball outside. He can hit it inside. Doesn't matter where you put it. If he's feeling it, he's going to do damage.
Taravella gets under this one. Warfield going to have his chance, and he gets under it. He gets under it, makes the catch, tries to throw it up here to us, sails it completely over the commentator's booth. Warfield having himself a good time out there in the field.
Yeah, made me nervous on that, the way he ran to it, too.
Not exactly a gazelle out there, his manager, Chris Warfield, but does make the play. The 1-0 Warbird Legends here heading to the top of the third, as the Warbirds look to do some damage against Billy Osgood.
Yeah, Billy really throwing well so far. Like to see it. The Warbirds really need to get some momentum here. And what an opportunity. It looks like we got Dodos leading it off. Like, this is the guy you want.
Yeah, Dodos, Maccabee, Mayo here. They got to look to get some base runners on. Dodos has to break out of his little bit of a funk. 0 for 5 so far tonight. We don't expect that to be the story of the night for Jim Dodos. He's just too pure of a hitter to do so. And I do believe he's holding the hit stick. Is that correct? But he rolls over that one. It's going to go off Wigfield's hand. Trench has a chance to throw it, but he hangs onto it.
Yes.
Ooh, I think we're going to have to give him an error on this one. I mean, that's a 2-hopper right off his hand.
Yeah.
Could have.
I mean, it was hit hard, but yeah, that one's on the fence. We'll call it an error, and he can send it to the board if he wants.
That's exactly right.
But he hit it hard, and that's one of those things. Like, sometimes when these guys get a slump, All they need is that one ball to get through. And whether or not we call it a hit, in Jim Dodos' eyes, that's a hit, and he's going now.
Right.
And I expect him to be dangerous from now on.
We say good things happen when you put the ball in play, and Dodos does just that there. Hits the ball hard, gets on base with a leadoff single.
Yeah, or error, depending on how you score it.
Mockabee rolls one over to Corral, flips it to Wakefield, who fires it into the middle of the backstop at 76 mile an hour for an easy double play for the Legends. And that leadoff single is quickly thwarted.
I don't think anybody throws those double play balls in as hard as Ethan Wakefield.
Yeah, he really rears up and chucks it as hard as he can towards the backstop. 76 from second base there is a pretty good chuck.
Yeah, 60 feet with a wiffle ball to throw it on a line like that is not easy to do, and he made it look really easy.
Osgood gets ahead of Mayo 0-2, and that's a nasty Osgood breaker. All Mayo can do is just turn around and smile at that one. He knows that was some Osgood filth.
Yeah, what a hook to throw right there. That started in past his body, and it finished on the outside half of the plate.
Yeah, Mayo completely fooled, baffled by that one. Gave up on it, really, and don't really blame him. A ball that looks like it should be coming at you is going to hit you, and then all of a sudden it's hitting in the middle of the zone. You just can't believe it. All you could do is laugh at something like that.
Yeah, I feel like the only way you're going to be effective against someone with that pitch is if you look for that pitch. You have to be planning for him to throw something that's going to break 2 feet and it's going to come right at your hands, and you have to find a way to get that barrel to it and slap it back up the middle or keep it down the line.
Yeah, Mayo and Osgood have been competing out here since season 1, and Mayo knows that. He knows what Osgood has, and he's got to kind of keep in the back of his mind that when he wants to maybe mess around a little bit, he's going to go with that nasty big Osgood breaking ball as we saw there. So, yeah, Mayo's going to sit back on that one and look to drive it hard.
Yeah, done a really good job with it to get 2 backwards Ks, 2 looking strikeouts with it on an 0-2 count.
Osgood fouls that one off. It's behind 0-2. Fans asking, where's Kirby? Well, we use Kirby when there's a mid-inning pitching change, and we had a complete game on both sides in game number 1.
Yeah.
And so far,
haven't had a pitcher come out of the game
we
yet.
haven't had a pitching change yet. And there's Kirby right there, hanging out by that Warbirds jersey.
Yeah, as soon as there's a call to that bullpen, Kirby's right on the field. He's ready.
You see Kirby doing his fancy moves. Trench stares at that slow-moving pitch from Mockabee. Looks like it comes in hotter, and then it just hits the brakes as it gets close to the plate.
It seems like he's doing that with that riser that he just threw, and he has a sinker that he just pulls the string on it. It's like it just stops halfway there.
It's really impressive. Yeah, Trench has a similar pitch where, for whatever reason, it's just got less spin or more spin, and it just hits the brakes as it gets close. Trench grounds that one back to Mockabee, throws it to the backstop. Trench struggling so far tonight.
Yeah, it is really fun to see all the different pitches you can really throw with a wiffle ball. I feel like with baseball, you're so limited to just a couple different spin directions or no spin with a knuckleball, and that's it. But with this, you can put the holes different directions, you can spin it other ways, and you can do things like what we're seeing here. He's throwing a riser that stops halfway and a sinker that just falls off a table and loses half its speed.
Osgood's going to get under this one. Buck Burner's going to charge in, but Matt Petrikis makes the play with his back to the infield. Doesn't fall over his teammate Buck Burner there, and does secure the out for the third out. Not the most graceful play by the Warbirds defense, but make the out nonetheless.
Yeah, I think had that ball dropped, had Matty not got to it, I think Buck was going to get there. I think he was under it, which would have been a really impressive play.
Yeah, those balls that are in kind of no man's land where the outfielder has to come in and the infielder has to go back, I like to think that those are the outfielder's ball. That's kind of always what you're taught as a youngster playing baseball or wiffle ball is that it's so much easier for the outfielder to come in on that ball. So Burner, he did have a long way to go, and that was his ball, but Matt showing his athletic abilities and going out there and making that play even over his shoulder.
Yeah, and even catching it under duress with Buck sliding right into his feet as he caught the ball, he still made sure to catch that first before anything else. Great job by him.
Hearing those footsteps and seeing a teammate coming at you is enough to spook you and cause you to make an error there, but a nice job by Petrikis.
Yeah, and I don't know if I heard anybody calling for it. I like to hear someone, especially an infielder, if you have a shot to it, to call it early and wait for an outfielder to call you off.
Especially those balls that are in no man's land, because those are the ones where you can end up with a collision if you have two guys not calling it, and all of a sudden they both think it's their ball, and nobody pulls up. You know?
Yeah, and that's one of the most common ways you see people get hurt out here is those collisions coming back from in that no man's land in between right there. So we want to avoid that at all costs. I like hearing people talk more than that on those plays.
I agree. Somebody, the leader of the field there, has to take the lead and make the call. Hard hit ball to Wickfield, knocks it down. Pacone's going to pick it up and clean it up.
Ooh, very
and goes
close.
to the backstop just in time. 4:97 on the main clock. And it looks like the other two umpires have under 5 seconds as well. So that one is going to be a ground out for the first out here in the fourth inning.
I love the WIFFLE IQ that Wickfield had right there. To see that ball that was in between hops for him wasn't going to be an easy one to just pick, and to give up on trying to catch it clean and just say, you know what, I've got a great infield around me. Let's just get this ball back to one of them.
Oh, no. So this ball is a pop-up. Billy Osgood kind of stumbles. It goes off of his hands, and unfortunately for the Legends, it spins out of play, and KJ is going to result on second base.
Yeah, it looked like as he was going to that, he had a little bit of a stumble before he could even dive, which kept him off balance, and he just couldn't get his hands where he needed them to hold on to that.
Yeah, he kind of rolled his ankle almost a little bit. I'm not even sure. He might have tripped on his own shoelaces. I don't really know what happened there.
Yeah, he called it as he was falling over, as he was stumbling, and I think the combination of everything just kind of mixed him up a little bit on where he needed to be for it.
Petrikis goes opposite way, but Corral ranges over in foul territory and snags that one. Takes a foul ball away from Petrikis, and unfortunately for him, he's retired as Matt was added to the seventh hole there. Warbirds going to 7 batters right now in this game. Now they go to the top of the lineup here. Buck Burner with a chance with a base hit can bring KJ in from second and tie this game. See if Buck can come up big with another clutch hit for the Warbirds. But he goes down swinging.
And again, that's just WIFFLE IQ from Billy right there. He knows how to pitch to these guys. He's got him a couple times with that big sweeping slider coming back on the plate when he's ahead in the count. And that time, instead of throwing a ball that's coming back to the plate, he puts a ball that comes in the same lane that keeps going straight, and they swing through it and miss it by 2 feet.
Yeah, he knows that that Burner is a guy who's not afraid to swing the bat. The guy's up there looking to hit the ball hard, and he knew exactly where he could go and get a swing and a miss.
Yeah.
Kyle Lohman here, joined tonight by 3-time reigning MVP Taylor Briner in the booth. Happy to have you up here with me tonight, Taylor, to call this big matchup between the Warbirds and the Legends.
Yeah.
Legends in the 5th spot, last spot in the playoff hunt right now, looking to solidify their spot in the playoffs.
And really, it's been one of the hottest teams this second half of the season.
Yeah, started off slow.
Yeah, slow start. But once it started clicking, they've just been dangerous ever since.
And they're a team, as we talked about earlier, that top to bottom, they are a squad that is built for a playoff run. They have a powerful lineup. They play good defense, and they have some solid pitching as well.
A deep pitching staff and a deep bench over there, too. Like, we have 6 hitters who can all do damage. And we haven't even seen Stephenson come into the game yet. One of the best hitters out here in wiffle ball.
Yeah, it will be interesting to see if they get J-Rock into the lineup at all tonight, or they give him a healthy scratch tonight and let the rest of the boys do the work.
I see him back on his feet over here. I wonder if he's getting ready to come in.
He does look like he's about ready to pick up a bat. We'll see. Maybe if he gets pinch hit. I don't want to root against Trench, but Trench has struggled so far tonight. As Sansone rockets one right back to Mockabee in the breadbasket.
Yeah.
Fires into the backstop for out number 1.
Sometimes that's all you can do when they get back quick. You just knock it down with whatever body part's in the way. Oh, he's got a nice welt already.
Oh,
look at
look at that. As we see the wiffle laces.
I'm going to tell you, it's only going to get worse from there. Tomorrow, that thing's going to be bright red.
J-Lo saying, what do you guys think? End of the season WWE match, Levi versus Sparkles. Winner stays in the league, loser has to leave. Garcia swings and misses at that one. Mockabee with a nasty pitch.
I'm here for the wrestling match, but it's only if we actually get the belt and everything and we call it like a true WWE match.
I'm in. Garcia gets under that one, pops it over to Maddie Levine at playing short for number 2. I have, I have floated out there the idea of maybe we do a Royal Rumble style wiffle game, maybe for the All-Star game, where we don't quite announce who the All-Stars are, and then one by one the All-Stars come out, and we kind of do a Royal Rumble-esque All-Star game. Kind of think that would be fun. As Taravella pops one out to Mockabee. Good shutdown inning from the Warbirds. Let's see if they can get some runs. The top of the 5th was their big inning last inning. They were down 3-0 last game. They were down 3-0 heading the top of the 5th last game and struck for 4. Let's see if they can do the same here in the 5th. And it'll be Dodos, Mockabee, Mayo, 2-3-4 for them.
And the Birds still really looking for that spark to get this going here. But I am looking at their body language, and they seem like they're definitely picking up. Looks like they're feeling better, and when the Warbirds are feeling good, they hit good.
Yeah, I mean, they got a guy who's gone out there and thrown 4 one-run innings for them. Really only an error and a single was the reason that they're down 1-0 in this game. I mean, it really could be a 0-0 game.
Yeah.
And they're going to look to do some damage here. Dodos has to break out tonight.
Yeah.
I expect him to wake up and hit the ball hard here coming up.
And his last at bat gave me a lot of hope for what we're going to see this last half of this series here. I'd love to see him put a couple over the wall and really hit the ball the way that we know he can.
Yeah, that short porch in right, calling Jim Dodos' name. Let's see if Jim can do some damage for his team here.
But yeah, I'm sure you noticed as well, but he has the hit stick out there, which for any fans that don't know, that is the snapper's bat, but he loves swinging it, and I let him swing it anytime he wants to, even when he plays us.
Yeah, the Snappers have hit a lot of home runs with that bat. It's been inspected many times. It's totally legit. And, I just don't think it's the bat, Taylor. I think it might just have to do with the fact that you guys are pretty good. So.
Yeah, well, that bat took us an entire season to make it and get it exactly the way we want.
And Dodos goes opposite field past the outstretched hand of Derek Corral. Gets himself on with a leadoff single there.
And hit that one hard, too. Excellent approach from him there.
No doubt.
Like we said. One little hit through the infield, and he's going.
A man who never gets cheated at the plate. Leadoff single by Dodos. Let's see if Mockabee can do a similar thing. Hit into a double play last time up. Going to look to avoid to do that, but that's going to be a slow spinner. Coming back to Osgood, he's going to go home and get the runner off at first. That's going to move Dodos into scoring position. Runner on second. 1 out here for Mayo and Perez. Couple of guys with a chance to tie the game with a base hit.
Yeah, and both of these guys hit a lot of singles back up the middle. Like, an effective at-bat there, almost a bunt situation for him. Just kind of lay one up to the pitcher.
Yeah, Osgood probably had some time there to turn around and get the lead runner at second. Didn't really consider it, though. Took the shore out at home, but does move Dodos into scoring position. 56 off the pan by Osgood. Thought he had Mayo looking again.
What a pitch. His boldness to keep just attacking the zone when he's ahead in the counts like this just is a testament to how nasty these pitches are.
Mayo chases that one up high, but he does foul it back.
Just got a piece of that one up over his eyes even, I think.
Swing and a miss, and Mayo goes down swinging for the 3rd time this game.
And that's how I like to see, that's a very traditional way to work a hitter too. He throws a ball breaking down, and then he throws him something that is breaking up and away, a riser, and it's just so hard to hit that after you've seen everything coming down. Really a smart approach by Billy. He's got his best stuff today.
Big opportunity for Jimmy Perez here as Jim Dodos is sitting out there at second base in scoring position. Just need a clean single to bring him home and tie this game up.
Yeah, Jimmy.
It's behind 1 and 2, but he drives that one to right center. That's going to be right at Nick Sansone, though. And Billy Osgood gets out of this mini jam, and he's through 5 scoreless innings here in game number 2.
He's given up, 2 hits so far? He's really pitching well today. Love to see it.
I got him as only giving up 1 hit. He's got a couple of, looks like KJ and Jim Dodos both reached on error, so really a great pitching performance thus far in game number 2 for Osgood. 2 singles, looks like 1 by Perez, 1 by Dodos. So 2 hits, you are correct.
2 hits.
Yeah, great pitching so far. Both sides tonight. 5-4, slightly higher scoring game 1, but really it was mostly a couple of big swings. Good pitching both sides by Taravella and Mayo game 1, and great pitching by Osgood and Mockabee here in game number 2.
Yeah. And, you really saw good pitching out of both those aces in game 1, but here I think we're being treated to an even better pitching performance. I mean, both these guys are just not missing spots. They're changing speeds. They're moving the ball every direction it can go. Really a treat to watch.
Yeah, I would like to see the Warbirds somehow tie this game up, and we can maybe be treated to an extra inning affair.
Yeah. And that's got to build confidence for these managers, too, knowing that their second and third string pitchers here can deal like this, that they can shut down good offenses for 5, 6, 7 innings. Like, what a confidence booster to know that you have that in your back pocket at any time. I have another pitcher who can shut down an entire team.
Yeah, I mean, these legends are looking to make a playoff run, a deep run in the playoffs. And if you can have two guys in Taravella and Osgood, not even to mention Stephenson or Pacone, as guys that can come in and shut offenses down, man, they are a team to be concerned about. As Corral goes down swinging there for the first out in the fifth. Looks like Chris Coleman going to get a pinch hit opportunity coming in for Trench Pacone here. Yeah. Trench struggling so far tonight.
And Coleman really with a good bat, but just on such a powerful hitting team, he doesn't get all the at-bats I think he would on a lot of other teams if he played there.
And it broke out a week or two ago, hitting 3 home runs. A little bit ahead of that one against Maccabee, goes behind 1-2 here.
Yeah, threw it at 53, and it just stops halfway there.
Coleman fouls that one back, stays alive. And a nice job by Coleman going opposite field. Chris Warfield's going to run that one down, prevent it from getting to the wall. Nice little opposite field single by Coleman there.
Yeah.
Nice pinch hit execution.
Yeah,
good job by manager Brad Ogden to get him in the lineup.
Yeah, nearly got that to the wall for a double as well.
Yeah, just got a little too jammed to get the power there. Almost got there as the outfield was shifted way to the left. Dodos was in front of the container, and Burner was in left center.
Yeah.
They thought there was no chance Coleman went that direction, but he did. Osgood hits a spinner off of Petricus's hand. He's going to fire to second base. Warfield going to try to turn it, but doesn't get it to the strike zone in time. Nice job by the Warbirds, though, to get the lead runner.
Yeah.
Really athletic play by Petricus there to have it go off his hand and go run that one down.
Yeah, great job by him to just turn straight back and fire a strike right to him at second base, off balance, moving the other way. Great job.
Ethan Wakefield going to get an opportunity to hit here as well, as he's going to be added to the 7-hole in the lineup. Warbirds having a good laugh out there. Wakefield gets under this one. Matty Levy's going to charge in, kind of basket catches it a little bit.
Juggling.
Not exactly as smooth as he would have liked, but nevertheless gets it done.
Yeah,
and the Warbirds down 1.
Yeah, they got a shot here. They've kept themselves in this game the whole time.
Yeah, they're absolutely in this game and have an opportunity to tie this and extend it, hopefully, for them. It's going to be the bottom of the lineup, Perez, LaCroix, and Petricus, as they are batting 7. Perez 1 for 2 with a base hit so far. KJ reached on an error, and Matt popped up in his only plate appearance so far in this game. 1 or 2 of these guys at the bottom of the lineup are going to have to step up and execute here, get on base, give the guys at the top of the lineup a chance to do damage. Who will be the guy? Will it be Perez, LaCroix, or Petricus here? One of these 3 guys has to get on base in order to give Burner, Dodos, and Maccabee a shot.
Yeah, I think we're going to see either Perez or LaCroix here give us an opportunity. They're both very pull-happy hitters, and Billy is really favoring that slider, that one right there.
KJ check swings that one, kind of breaks that bat by the handle.
That's another bat down.
We'll have to put that one into the office of Taylor Briner, the in-house dent specialist.
Yeah, resident bat fixer here.
$100 a bat you charge? Is that what it is? No, I'm sorry.
Yeah, if I was more business-minded, I could start charging people, but I'm just too nice. I just fix it for people.
Yeah, you got to cut it out. KJ stares at that one, misses high. Back to 2-2 after falling behind 0-2. Big pitch here. Osgood does not have a walk yet. And there's that Osgood slider, and LaCroix can just stare at it. And he walks back to the dugout, disgusted at himself.
I feel like in this situation where he's been dealing so well with that slider, I would like to see them step a little bit more off the plate and kind of look for anything straight or breaking straight down, go the other way. And then when he throws that slider, it puts you in a position to actually do damage to left field instead of just getting out of the way or pulling it foul.
Petrikis rolls one over to Picone. Trench fires to the backstop middle panel, no problem. Quick 2 outs for the Warbirds. And they are down to their final out.
Last.
They are going to turn the lineup over. I thought it was Perez leading off, but I missed his out at the end of the last inning. It was LaCroix. But now we have a chance at the top of the lineup. One big swing could tie the game.
This is not the first time we've seen the team down to their final strike in the game. And last time, the team losing in this situation wound up winning the game. So let's see what happens here.
0-2 to Burner, goes off the center of his back, 1-2. Yeah, you're right. Osgood just working the inside part of the plate all game. Goes way away there, though, at 2-2. Action pitch to Burner here. See if Buck can sit back and drive a ball. Goes opposite field, but gets under it. Corral says he's got it, and he does. And the Legends hang on and win Game 2 by the score of 1-0 on the back of a complete game shutout by Billy Osgood. Man, Billy Osgood has just been a workhorse for this team for the last number of years. And just continues to be really an underrated stud in this league on the mound. Just a guy who continues to go out there week in and week out. We talk about Casey Taravella a little more. Casey, a guy who had a perfect game earlier this year. But as we saw in game number 2, Osgood put the team on his back and just delivered.
6-inning shutout. 2 hits, I believe they had in all of that. And I don't think he had a walk either.
Yeah, all they had was 2 singles, one by Dodos and one by Perez, and no walks by Osgood. Really an impressive performance top to bottom by Billy Osgood. Great job by the Legends. Stealing game 1 after falling behind 4-3, winning on the walk-off by Alex Garcia, and then a great complete game shutout by Billy Osgood. They've taken the series and are now looking to sweep.
Yeah, and that's exactly what they need to do. They're looking to move up in the standings and really secure and give themselves a little safety in that position where they can move in towards the playoffs and start finalizing that playoff roster for themselves.
Yeah, we'll see if the Legends can complete this sweep or if the Warbirds can punch back and grab the last game here tonight. Stick around. We'll be right back with game number 3.
Yeah.
Welcome back here to PLW. Legends have taken the first 2 games tonight against the Birds, the Warbirds.
Yes.
Legends came in tonight in 5th place in the standings, really looking to solidify their spot as a playoff team, and have gone out and done what they needed to do thus far against a team towards the bottom of the standings. Warbirds came in 9th place. And when you have these opportunities late in the season, you're in 5th, looking to really make sure you make the playoffs, and against the inferior team to go out and just grab the first 2 games. Great job by the Legends.
Great job. And they really did it on the back of a great pitching performance from Billy and some very clutch home runs in game 1 there. I mean, it's really been an all-around performance. Bats came through when they needed it, and pitching has been there the entire way.
Yep, they've played solid defense so far, fantastic pitching by the Legends, and some key big hits by guys like Alex Garcia. Really a full all-around team effort, and that's the kind of effort as you want from a team who wants a chance to win the whole thing. And they absolutely are a team to beat right now for sure.
Yeah, and those are the kind of teams that can really give you a playoff run, the ones that can beat you with their bats and beat you with their arms.
And these guys are experienced, not necessarily WIFFLE experience. Yeah, they've been in the PLW since season 1, but these guys have been around games like this, like WIFFLE, like baseball, like softball for a long time. They're very comfortable in big, key, clutch moments. You don't see them get rattled at the plate. You see guys like Alex Garcia up there just totally cool with a nice, smooth swing, no matter what the situation. And it can be an intimidating thing to face when you're on the mound and you know the guy at the plate is not concerned about you.
Yeah, and it doesn't seem to matter who it is that's pitching to them either. They can always turn that bat through and really put runs across, ace or not.
We're going to have an interesting pitching matchup, at least to start here in game number 3, as we're going to see James JT Church go for the Legends. And we're going to see Chris Warfield calling his own number A man who has some PLW pitching experience early in
Yeah.
Season 1 and Season 2, was called upon plenty of times to pitch and had some success at times. Man who can get some guys out, not exactly known as a fireballer, but, can mix it up and possibly get some outs. But we'll see what he's got tonight. Warfield calling his own number.
That might be his first start of Season 4 right there. I think that is.
I think it's right. It's definitely not his first pitching appearance. He has pitched a little bit this year, but I believe it is going to be his first start. We'll likely see Brandon Mayo and Peter Maccabee right behind him if Warfield gets in any trouble. But the Legends are going to look to, step on their throat, so to speak, and go get this sweep tonight. We'll see if the Warbirds have anything to say about that.
And I'm expecting a higher scoring game than the first two we saw here. Looks like the pitching is toned down a little bit. Neither team throwing their ace or their best pitcher for this situation, but kind of letting it be a shootout here, which is always fun to watch.
Yeah, we're likely to see some runs early here in this game. Burner goes after that pitch right down the middle. 53 fouls it back. It's behind 1-2. James Church, a guy who's typically a middle reliever, a guy who, when they need to eat up a few innings, maybe extend a game, try to get them a few outs, has done pretty well in that role so far this year. But getting a start here, and Burner's going to drop in a base hit off his hands a little bit, maybe towards the handle of the bat, and finds a hole out there.
Yeah, just finds that hole out there in no man's land, and that's right up the middle. It's such a difficult spot to make a play on the field out there. I think this is a chance for Dodos to really wake up that bat right here. He's going to get a pitch that he's like, and I'm calling it. He's going to put it into the garden right here.
Maybe even a more optimized defense here with the Legends with Church on the mound, because you have Taravella and Osgood in the outfield, and Taravella is just as fast as anybody in that outfield in this league.
Yeah, one of the best outfielders out here, and Billy no slouch himself either.
Billy responsible for one of the best catches of the entire season, going back dead center. Just ran right into the wall and robbed a home run. Just had no regard for his own well-being there and made absolutely incredible play. Dodos fouls that one off himself.
Yeah, and you see that play in baseball a lot where they'll run into the wall. But you have to understand, like in
There's
baseball,
padding.
you have a glove and you have padding, and the glove's going to hold onto the ball even if you don't. I mean, he has to hold onto that with his bare hands while running into a wall. That's a very difficult thing to do.
Yeah, it's difficult, like, mentally to convince yourself that you're going to be okay. Dodos gets under that one. Oh, my goodness. That's something I thought I'd never see. The absolutely sure-handed Casey Taravella drops that ball.
Look at the look of pure shock on his face. He can't believe that ball is in his hands either.
I can't believe that either. That's got to be Taravella's first error of the season. I mean, he's dropped absolutely nothing out there. He's been nothing but automatic. And unfortunately for the Legends, now they have first and second, nobody out.
Yeah.
And Church is in a bit of a jam here. Dodos stealing another base. See if Maccabee can take advantage. Jams off. Gets jammed there, fouls that one.
Really, Church pitching well. I mean, the buck hit up the middle, not hit hard, just kind of well placed. Got the bat to it and just kind of let it fall where it could, and then got what should have been a sure out right there.
Yeah, gotta feel like he's been quite unlucky so far, as he's had two non-hard hit balls, both find a way to fall in, and he paints the corner there, but at 56.
At 56, just missed a strikeout there too. Yeah, he's looking good so far. I mean, those two runners out there don't look great, but I don't think that's any discredit to what he's done.
Maccabee works his way back from 0-2 to full count here. JT's got to come to him. Maccabee's going to be looking to drive the ball. Fouls that pitch. Nice job by Church there, giving him a pitch, tempting him, but not a one he could square up.
Yeah, he's going to have to come with something a little more over the plate.
Maccabee hits it hard off Corral's hand. Corral's going to step on third and throw it to second, and they complete the double play. Maccabee, a veteran wiffle ball player, typically plays in leagues or tournaments where a ball has to be fielded cleanly in order to be considered an out. But we play on a surface where a ground ball is just hit so hard that the percentage of plays that are fielded cleanly is extremely small. And I think if we went to a rule like that, you would see very, very high-scoring games.
Yeah, and that definitely, that style, it definitely favors fast pitch where you don't have a lot of hard contact in a game.
Plus, grass. A lot of times they play on natural grass, so when the ball hits on the ground, it gets slowed down a little bit. When the ball gets hit onto the turf here, it gets sped up a lot of times.
Yeah. Yeah, and I mean, the testament's really in how many runs are scored in these games. We just watched a game in which one was scored through through all 6 innings. So each of these guys had 6 chances to score runs, and between the two of them, they scored 1. If we had that rule, we would score so many more.
I agree. And that's a one-hopper in front of Taravella. Gets over his shoulder, but Osgood does a nice job sliding over, preventing that one from hitting the wall.
Yeah, very good backup there.
It's going to be first and second, 2 outs. A couple of singles and an error so far this inning for the Warbirds, but they have yet to scratch a run across because of that double play. We'll see if Perez can deliver here with 2 on and 2 out.
Yeah, they need those runs here. Big opportunity for the rookie.
Got a chance to score in the first inning. Can they take advantage of their extra opportunities? Perez fouls that one back. Evens up the count at 2-2. Church has a chance to get himself out of this inning unscathed. Makes a big pitch here. Going to roll that one over to the sure-handed Trench. He's going to step on the bag, or at least slap the bag with the ball, and that's going to be good enough for the 3rd out. Nice job by JT there. Maybe had to get 1 or 2 extra outs than he thought he was going to have to get. But he gets a scoreless frame up there for his squad regardless.
And wiffle ball is such a funny game because, I mean, the 2 base runners he gave up were the 2 softest hit balls of that inning. And then the outs that he got were the ones that were actually hit well and hit hard. And those are the ones that didn't go for hits.
It's funny how that works. You hit the ball as a batter, you hit the ball right on the screws, quote unquote, and you line it right to somebody, and you're standing there like, how am I not on the bag? And then you get one off the end of the bat that seems to fall into no man's land, and you're standing on first base. You're like, how is this how, it's a funny game.
Yes, it is. And it's one of those things where over a season, those numbers will even themselves out. And if you consistently get weak contact, you're going to have great numbers. But you might have a night where you don't hit the ball hard at all and you still end up 4 for 5, 3 for 4. Like, good things can happen. Put the ball in play.
1,200 viewers over on TikTok right now. Come on over to Twitch. Check out that link on the field and in the bio, twitch.tv/Premier Wiffle for the full broadcast. 3 different camera angles. You get a shot up here in the booth, get to interact in our chat, earn your Wiffle points. You can bet those Wiffle points on this game. Very even so far in this game 3. We have 259,000 Wiffle points on the Warbirds, 295,000 on the Legends. Slightly favored to the Legends. Come on over. Check it out on Twitch.
Fair. The Legends have been playing great. Now, Warchick in here, he features one of my favorite pitches I've ever seen thrown on a wiffle ball field, and it is a finger ball. It's not a finger ball changeup like we've seen Tom Gannon throw.
Well, Sansone just gave the ball the finger, and
there
he
it goes.
deposited one over right center field. Little Batty Bakery sign. See you later. No problem. Nick Sansone, 1 pitch, 1 home run. Legends up 1-0.
Ooh. Dangerous.
Good Lord. That was just... Nick Sansone was licking his chops at the opportunity to face Chris Warfield. Yeah. Chris said, okay, man, I'm going to challenge you here. Came right in there with a strike, and Sansone did not miss it.
I think Sansone knew that was going to be a home run before he stepped in the box. He came anywhere near the plate, he was hitting one out there.
Alex Garcia going to look to do the same as Warfield pumps it up there. 58, misses down and in. Why not start Dodos sidekick asks? Well, the Warbirds are now 16-31. They're at the point of the season where they're doing a little bit of experimentation, at least when it comes to the starting pitching. Maybe giving Warfield a chance to get at least face a few batters here.
Yeah, I think they've kind of accepted their fate at this point.
They're very likely to either be the 9. They're very likely to be the 9 seed. They are a few games ahead of the Lightning. Although by getting swept tonight, I think they'll only be 1 game up. So if they end up getting swept tonight, a little pressure on them as the 10th seed in this league is auto-relegated, as we say, and will have to then fight their way back into the league.
Yeah, and the Lightning have really been playing well lately as well, so they do not want to make this with a one-run lead in the standings there.
That was a ball. That was the straightest ball you ever thrown. This one's coming back too.
A little bit of playful banter between Warfield and Taravella.
Like to see him having fun out here.
Yeah, of course. We love the playful banter. Taravella hits one hard. Line drive off Dodos' hand, and he catches it. A great play by Jim Dodos out in left field. Hard hit line drive by Taravella. Dodos pops it up to himself and makes the play.
Yeah, tough luck for Taravella. Hit it hard, even got it off the hands, and Dodos just didn't give up on it and just brought it in. That's a heartbreaker for Taravella, who I don't think has as many hits tonight as he would like.
Taravella with a double and a walk in game number 1.
And there it is. You saw the finger ball. He throws it off of one finger, digs it in there, and just flicks it in.
Can be effective at times, but I think it's a little tough to locate.
Yeah. Yeah, you don't have the control of actually releasing it off of your finger. It's just going to slip off of there at some point. So very difficult to throw where you want it.
And that's going to be Warfield's second walk. And he's going to walk out here in the first inning. Legends are going to look to capitalize on this opportunity they're presented with, as it looks like the Warbirds are content to use some of their back end of their pitching staff. The Legends need every win they can get, so if they can really just jump on them here and not mess around and go get this third win tonight, the Legends have really solidified their their spot in the playoffs, probably with a sweep tonight.
Yeah, and the best part about this pitching change here is for the first time today, we got to see Kirby Buck hit. Welcome to the game, Kirby.
Man, this might be the longest into a broadcast yet this season for Kirby to make his first appearance. We're now an hour and almost 2 hours into this broadcast, and Kirby now seeing the first pitching change of the night. We had 4 complete games.
Yeah, that is
the
very
first 2
impressive.
games.
Yeah, no pitcher has come out yet into the third game.
Oh, and see, look at that. Kirby's rusty.
He's just excited to finally get out there.
Trench up here with 2 on and 1 out. Struggling so far tonight is Pacone, 0 for 6, I believe, with 5 groundouts. Let's see if Trench can make an adjustment and get under the ball and get some lift. Gets under this one, though, and it's going to pop it out to Maccabee. Not enough lift there, or maybe too far under it. Trying to make an adjustment clearly.
Yeah, and he's definitely pulling that trigger a little bit early, and what we refer to in baseball as rolling over through the ball, where he's breaking those wrists too early, and then he's not in a position to make the kind of contact that he wants. He needs to let that ball travel and really hammer the inside half of it if he wants to have success. And Billy really looking to capitalize on the fortune they were given with these pitchers that the Warbirds have selected so far.
Yeah, first and second, 2 outs here. Oscar looking to hit the ball hard and try to get some insurance runs early for his squad. He gets under this one. It's going to float to the outfield off of Maccabee's hands somehow. Another error from the Warbirds here. Bases loaded.
Yeah. Dirty
2
single.
outs.
So the run doesn't score here. Another chance, but now we have to face the always scary, always intimidating Nick Sansone in the box with the bases loaded.
Led off the game. First pitch swinging for at least his side of the game.
Yeah.
First pitch swinging, hit a home run.
And a no-doubter home run, too.
See if Levine can bear down here. Matty's main issue, he's got some good stuff and can throw the ball hard, but his main issue is control. Just can't find the strike zone sometimes. And he looks like he has good fundamentals. He just cannot find the zone sometimes.
Yeah, a lot of movement in his warm-up there, which can be kind of tricky sometimes.
And it's gone!
That's out of here.
A ball that I thought was going to get down, and maybe Buck Burner had a chance to get a hand on it, but it's gone.
It just
and Nick
kept going.
Sansone with his second home run of the inning, and it's a grand slam. And the Legends are up 5-0, bottom of the first, and they're not messing around.
Yeah.
They want to get this sweep and get it over with.
Nick Sansone 5, Warbirds 0.
You nailed it.
Ooh, what a performance. To go backside like that and to get that out over the 103 out there. Very impressive swing.
Nice 42-mile-an-hour
knuckleball right there.
Yeah, from Levine. Maybe a pitch too late.
Yeah.
As that one fooled Garcia really good. Could have fooled Sansone the pitch before.
Would have fooled anyone. That was a great pitch. And it really wasn't a bad pitch to Sansone. I think when Sansone's hitting well, there's just not a lot you can do to get him out.
Yeah, there's a handful of guys in this league like that. Yourself certainly one of those. When they're locked in, Just feels like that no matter where you throw it, they're going to square it up. Garcia gets under that one, and that one did stay in
I wonder
in
if
play.
they clipped a tree up there because he just kind of gave up on it.
I know. I kind of was tracking it, and I don't think it did
Yeah,
grab
I didn't
anything.
see it.
Maccabee, I think, thought it was going to hit something, but kind of gave up on it. Might have been able to grab that for the third out.
I mean, I understand, too, in that situation. I mean, you're already down 5-0. You've lost 2 in a row. Not a situation where you want to run into that siding that wood over there at all. Maybe he was just taking it easy, saying, you know what, like, this is not the situation to take that impact. But if he catches that, we're out of this inning.
Right, but instead now there's a runner on first. 2 outs for Casey Taravello, who hit the ball really hard last time at Jim Dodos, who made a fancy play in left field.
And we have another walk on their pitcher.
And Taravello gets a hard-hit ground ball by Peter Maccabee at second base, rolls all the way to the wall, and that's going to score Alex Garcia. And the Legends are now up 6-0. Look, and this game could be over early.
Yeah.
The Legends they're going to have no problem getting this game mercied one way or the other, whether it's a 10-run victory after 3 or first to 15. The Legends smell blood here, and they want a mercy, and they want this game over, and they want this sweep.
I need to see more of those knuckleballs. That seems to be his pitch right now. That one's working. Sounded like he got a piece of that one, just barely got a piece of it, though.
Matty Levine recognized it as well. Yeah, the knuckleball is looking good out of Matty Levine's hand. Maybe he should be showcasing that more of his pitches here.
Mm-hmm.
We know Billy Santiwan has been featuring almost exclusively knuckleballs this year and has just made the league look foolish.
Yeah, he's done a great job with that knuckleball, too. Really a difficult pitch to throw every single time because if you miss that and you put any spin on it, you're now just throwing something flat to the zone, and everybody out here can hit.
Corral hits a deep fly ball. Buck Burner's under it for the third out, but not before some big damage done by the Legends. 2 huge swings by Nick Sansone, one to lead off the inning with a solo shot, and then one with bases loaded for a grand slam. 2 home runs in the inning. Nick Sansone, 5-0 Legends after 1.
6-0. We had the Casey Taravello double right there, too, to put another one across. And so, last thing the Warbirds want here is to have to try to dig themselves out of a 6-0 hole to start this game off.
Yeah, a team that can kind of get a little down on themselves, and when they've dropped the first 2, they lost that game 1 after they felt like they probably should have won it after getting those 4 runs in the top of the 5th, but had that one ripped out of their hands. And then a great pitching performance by Peter Maccabee, goes awry in game number 2. Yeah. He only gave up one run.
Unearned run.
One unearned run, and that was enough for the Legends as Billy Osgood threw a gem, and they won that game 1-0.
Yeah.
So, really tough mentally on the Warbirds to stay strong and really dig deep here in game number 3, and we're seeing them not do so thus far.
Yeah, very difficult to lose 2 one-run games in a row and not lose some of that momentum we talked about earlier.
KJ LaCroix taking ball 1 inside from James Church. Small note, Legends decided to go with the same lineup as did the Warbirds in all 3 games tonight. I mentioned it mostly because for the Legends side, when Brad Ogden is a big guy who believes in if it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Yeah.
We got to win game 1 with this lineup. We got to win game 2 with this lineup. Look, we're not going to mess with it. Let's go get a win in game 3 with this same lineup.
If it worked twice, it'll work the third time as well.
KJ goes down swinging at a 54-mile-an-hour pitch in the zone. Looked a little hotter than that.
Yeah.
Nice pitch by Church there. Would like to see James Church go to work here and really recognize that he's got an opportunity to get some innings in here. He's got a 6-run lead now, so he knows even if he gives up 1 or 2 or 3 runs that he's likely still going to be the guy.
Yeah, as long as they have a comfortable lead, they're going to leave him in.
And Picone knocks this rocket down off the bat of Petricus, and Church picks it up and fires off the strike zone. Fantastic defense, as always, by Trench over there at third base.
Yeah, just a laser. Seemed like he hit that 2 feet behind him and just brought it back to the infield.
The Warbirds batting what looks like 8 men this game as we see Petricus in the 7-hole grounding out there. And now we have Levine in the 8-hole, I believe. Likely, maybe we'll see everybody bat as I see manager Chris Warfield with a bat in his hands over there on the bench.
Yeah, and I see Matty out there.
Tyler Walensky was on the lineup card, but he doesn't look like he made it out tonight as we haven't seen him play any defense.
Yeah,
so
I haven't seen him at all.
no Tyler.
Ooh.
That one's 60 miles an hour off Levine's hand.
Yeah, up and on the hands.
Actually, looks like it hit him in the bicep, I think.
Ooh. Good spot for that pitch. Changes your eye level and the speed of that. Now you can go soft and away.
He goes soft and in.
Right there.
Matty swings and misses. And a nice 1-2-3 inning by Church after the
nice
Legends
and
do
quick.
damage. And just demoralizing. I mean,
Yeah.
to give up a 6 spot in the bottom of the first by the Warbirds and then go back out and then just go 1-2-3 at the top of the second. Just
Yeah.
the Legends just have all the momentum.
Yeah, and the Warbirds, I mean, they've just been at a dead standstill since this game started, it seems like. They had that one inning where they put up those runs and we thought they were going to win, and since then, it's just been quiet all the way through.
Yeah, they're definitely a team that when they run high, they're loud and they're they're having a great time with each other, and then when they're struggling, they just kind of get down. And they're not the only team that's like that. It's really hard in this league to stay motivated and stay pumped up when you're struggling.
Yeah.
And it's some of the best teams do that, and they know that even if they've dropped the first 2 games of a series, that they fight back and try to get that third game. And we saw that last night with the Sand Vipers.
Yeah.
Sand Vipers dropped the first 2 games against the Lightning and then just came out and absolutely crushed them and mercied them in game number 3.
Yeah, just we're not going to lose that third game. And that's what you see from elite teams. Like, if they struggle twice in a row, they get hungrier as it goes on.
Right.
And a lot of these teams that seem to struggle all the time, it's the opposite. The worse it goes, the worse they play.
Right. They get more and more disappointed as opposed to more and more motivated.
Yeah. Some of these teams, I feel like they expect to win so much, and when they lose twice in a row, it almost makes them angry, not demoralized or down on themselves. Like, they know they're supposed to win. Why are we not winning? And then they do something about it.
Yeah, let's go show them what we're really made of. Slovene with that knuckleball. Misses inside. Trent McCone. Trent's still searching for his first hit tonight. Let's see if he can square that knuckleball up.
Yeah, let's see if we can keep those hands back a little longer. Yeah, he's due.
Trent rolls this one over to Dodos, playing short this time. Lefty shortstop.
Ooh.
Fires it into the backstop for out number 1.
Lefty shortstop. You don't see that every day, but Dodos just a pure athlete.
And
He could play anywhere out
It is
here.
it is more okay in WIFFLE as you all throw to the same location to the backstop, and maybe even flipping to second for a double play or receiving the flip from second double play. Lefty shortstops can be okay. As that ball was hit to dead center off the bat of Osgood, off Petrikas's hand, another sure-handed guy making an error tonight.
Yeah.
I'm going to chalk that one up to just the mental, the level of, like, they're just not as mentally in this game as they have been earlier in the night or even earlier in the season.
Yeah.
When you kind of take it more relaxed, you're going to make more relaxed plays, and you can see Matty there.
Yeah.
A Gold Glove player making a very simple mistake.
Yeah. And that one, I mean, at least Matty knows that ball was hit hard, had a lot of spin. Some of these others that have dropped have just been routine fly balls.
Yeah,
And that one
inexcusable, really.
That one should have been caught, but it was not routine.
Wakefield hits that one into the gap, but Petrikas makes sure he doesn't make 2 in a row.
Yeah, and that's these Gold Glovers. I mean, you might get 1 off them, but you're not getting 2 that are going to drop.
Looks like Wakefield got added to the 7th spot there. And with a 6-0 lead, we are going to see Chris Coleman getting added to the 8th spot here as he ropes one over to Warfield in left, and he goes down to his knee and makes a catch. Flips one up to the fans in left field. Tom Gannon with a souvenir out there.
Well hit ball by Chris Coleman there. Unfortunate, hit it right at the left fielder.
Good to see the Warbirds mixing up their defense, giving some guys the opportunities to play some positions they're not really used to playing. And we are going to see Warfield batting in the 9 spot. See if he can create a spark for his team. Warfield, the owner of one of the more famous home runs in PLW history. Yeah. Season 1, his team was, Season 2, his team was on the brink of elimination in that relegation game, and he had a big 2-run home run.
Yeah, to come from behind.
Yeah.
To walk it off, very, very big home run. And on top of that, too, he just has a knack for big home runs. He had a really big one off Billy Santee.
Yeah,
once.
three-run
That
bomb
shot.
earlier this year. One of the only guys to really square up Billy
Yeah.
so far this season.
And if I remember right, that was in a situation. It wasn't, Billy hasn't lost a game that he started yet, but that was in a relief appearance, and it put them ahead, and they won the game.
That sounds right. Wasn't game 2, I remember that, yeah.
I believe so.
Warfield
yeah.
stares at the first pitch from Church in the zone, gets behind 0-2. Warfield gets under this one. Ethan Wakefield wants it, and he takes it, and he makes out number 1. Nice job by Wakefield there to just be the guy to call everybody else off, say, I got it, go after it. It's what we like to see out of the leader of the infield.
Yeah. And he does a great job in there being very vocal about those things, making sure that everybody knows where he is and whose ball it is as well. Let's see who we got coming up.
Buck Burner finally getting an opportunity to hit for the second time this game as the Warbirds are batting 9 this game. I believe 10 is the most guys we've seen bat in a game.
I've never seen more than
Or
10.
at least seen 10 spots in the lineup. Sometimes we might have had a pinch hitting situation where it got to more than 10, but I mean, this is the first season where we've had more than 11 guys on the roster. Wow, I was speechless during that whole play. The fact that Corral had a chance to throw him out after knocking that ball out.
Yeah, incredible. What a throw to make for that, too.
That's an out. 494, 498, and 507 is 14.99. That's an out. The 3 stopwatches are 5.07, 4.94, and 4.97. That adds up to 14.99.
Yeah.
And that's an out. Or 4.94, whatever it was, it's 4.94, 4.98, and 5.07. That adds up 14.99.
Under 5 means he's safe. 498. 494, 498, 507.
494, 498, 507. That's 14.99. That's under.
That's under.
I'm
That's
telling
out.
Brad Ogden's out there making sure this play is right, and because the Legends want this game.
Yeah.
They want to just get this victory. They're not messing around. Look, they know they're up 6-0 and they're probably going to win.
I
but
see
this
a
is
challenge
just
by
no
here.
mercy here, and they want to go get this game. Warfield's going to challenge it. They're going to want to a couple of retimes down below. Maybe one of those stopwatches is off.
Yeah.
We do have a replay, so they can go ahead and challenge it. Looks like Trevor Bauer and Cody Runnels are going to, and maybe Alec Hutt as well.
Gonna go take a
Going to have a
look,
little bit of
yeah.
a group party underneath and maybe retime this play.
And watching this on that clock, you see he looks like he starts it at exactly the right time, and then it cuts off right as it hits. I think that clock on there might be right. I think that might have been just a little bit late.
That one did seem, it was a quick effort by Derek Corral there at second base, but it did seem like it took a while. There's not too many of those ones that are not exactly on a line, go off somebody's hand, they have to go run and pick it up, and then throw to the backstop. Not too many of those end up being under 5 seconds.
Yeah. Yeah, it was slow to get there, and then he had a long throw coming in, and he didn't pick it clean. Like, it just makes it... Yeah, I think it's going to be just a touch over that.
If I can say anything, it looks like the main watch was started just a little early, which means
It's very close.
Which means I think this is more likely going to be an out. I don't want
After further review, batter is out.
And there's head umpire Cody Runnell saying, after further review, batter is out. We'll get some clarification at some point whether that is called stands or they did some additional times. But I do think that's the right call, as we saw the main clock start a little early. It looked like those numbers were going before that contact was made. So I think ultimately the correct call made by the umpires there.
Yeah,
Buck Burner going to be retired for the first out.
I think I'm just having a hard time wrapping my head around the fact.
And
that
Dodos
he
with a base
got
hit up the
that
middle.
In from the outfield under that time. It's incredible.
I know, the two of us were speechless at that play. We thought it was really going to be had a chance to be a really incredible play by Derek Corral. Thought he had no chance of, I thought it was a for sure single into right, and then all of a sudden Corral had his hand out there knocking it down, had an opportunity to make the play, but
Yeah.
really great play by Derek Corral.
Big swing there by Maccabee, who's been quieter than he usually is in these games. He's really looking to do damage here.
Yeah, second out in the inning as Warfield popped out to lead off the inning. Runner on first, 2 outs for Maccabee. Church fires that one in at 59.
Fouled it off. And that's one of these issues you see with a lot of these guys that play a lot of fast pitch, too. They have trouble recognizing that elevated speed in that situation.
See if Church goes back to the heat here. He goes slow. Roll either way. Oh! Gets under Picone's arm over there at first. Not sure if he got a hand on it. We'll see if Dodos rounds second. And Dodos is heading over to third.
Didn't even get to it.
Trench didn't even get a piece of this ball.
A very rare mistake from Trench right there.
Yeah, this looks like a two-hopper. This should have been, that's got to be an error there by Trench as well. I mean, he's so sure-handed. We expect him to make every play, but that is absolutely makeable over there by Trench.
Yeah. It was just a little bit too much right at him. I mean, he had maybe half a step to his left, and he should have been right in front of that. And he just let it sneak by him.
Wiffle Dude asking how hot it is out here. I think we were somewhere around 96 or 7 at game time.
Yeah.
I'd say we're probably in the high 80s still, maybe 87, 88 right now. Really a beautiful evening out here in Las Vegas.
Yeah, it feels great.
Hard hit line drive at Wakefield. Charges in, fires one to the backstop in under 5 seconds.
Plenty of time.
And I think maybe the Legends have a little bit of desire to try to keep this one a shutout for JT.
Yeah.
Church, with not a ton of opportunities to start a game.
Yeah.
And now he's managed a way to get through 3 innings here out of shutout ball. As Greg Kelly's showing us 92 degrees in Las Vegas. Look at that. Asking you shall receive chat. GK Rabbit always all over it.
Yeah. The man who knows everything, GK down there.
Man, we are like 12 feet up in the air with a little bit of breeze, so maybe it just feels nice and cool as we see that beautiful sunset out there. 8:15 summer night. I'll be out another month at 8:15. I'll be able to sneak some golf holes in still at that time of night.
Finish it up. We'll have some time to get to the range and everything if you want. But yeah, really been a great night. And I think part of it too, just now that we have this soft breeze, the sunset a little bit. Going from 99 to 92, it feels nice. 92 is not bad for Vegas. That's a great day to be outside.
92 and a slight breeze is perfect. We'll take that 365 days a year. Nick Sansone going to lead it off here for the Legends in inning number 3. Sansone 2 for 2 so far tonight. Both in the first inning, both home runs.
5 RBIs already. I don't think he's swung the bat and missed in a minute either.
Sansone signed a jersey we're going to mail out earlier tonight. Maybe that's his new lucky charm. He'll have to sign a jersey every night before he plays from here on out. But he goes down swinging there.
Ooh.
As Levine gets Sansone to swing and miss for the first out in the third.
Yeah, swinging at one up there, up above his eyes. Good pitch selection there by KJ to get that up and high. Up and past him.
Levine,
yeah, my bad.
We could see KJ come in and pitch this game, and got a man who's not unfamiliar with the mound.
Well, that's high.
Yeah, Garcia gets way under this one. Warfield in center field, no problem out there. Warfield's showing the rest of his boys how it's done tonight so far on defense.
Yeah, he's picked everything clean. No errors from him. I think just about everybody else out here might have an error.
I think you might be right. Even Dodos let that ball early in game 1 sneak by him to the wall. Uncharacteristic play.
Yeah.
Levine looking good a 1-2-3 inning here as he's got Taravella behind 0-2. Maybe Matty goes hot here. Let's see if Casey. No, he floats.
He goes slow with that knuckleball.
Super slow,
Ooh.
40 miles an hour. Matty, a guy who has an ability to throw 80 miles an hour. Let's see if he brings one out at some point.
Ooh.
Casey wanted that one. Breaking ball up in the zone at 47.
Almost bit at that. Just barely held everything back.
2-2 to Taravella. Off of Matty Levine's hands to Petrikis at short.
Ooh.
And a great throw to the backstop in a 1-2-3 inning for the Birds.
What a great reflex by basically the whole team there to make that play happen. That
For Levine to stick his arm out to not prevent this ball from getting to the outfield, and then from Petrikis having to kind of run over and then put on the brakes to not run into his infielder.
Yeah,
and
not
then
only
pick it up
run
and make
over,
the
but
throw.
This is a great defensive game, if nothing else so far.
Yeah, stereotypically these two defenses play very good quality defense. We haven't quite seen it every single play tonight, but there's a reason why a handful of guys on these two squads have won gold gloves for sure. Matty Levine asking to be in the booth. They haven't won any games tonight, so it's kind of hard to have him up here. But maybe if he hits a home run here, we'll throw him on the ballot.
Yeah.
As likely we're going to see a member of the Legends up here tonight.
Yeah, certainly seeming that way. But hey, a big comeback here. If he can lead the charge on it, you never know.
Yeah, we did talk about maybe interviewing some of the managers in between games tonight. We kind of moved along so quickly we didn't really have an opportunity to do so.
Yeah.
Maybe we should get Warfield up here for see what he's feeling right now after dropping the first two tonight.
Yeah, it might be interesting to get him up here. And that'd be fun too, because we'd have a player in the game up here in the booth.
He did ask earlier in the, in our scheduling chat to manage, coach, own, play, and commentate all in one night. So he's looking for
This might be his chance.
The Quinfecta has 55, bottom half of the zone.
What a
JT
pitch.
looking like he's on cruise control right now. James Church. Man, this Legends pitching staff just gets deeper and deeper.
Yeah, it seems like everybody here can pitch at least decently well.
And that one grabs the zone at 52. And he gets ahead against KJ LaCroix here, 0-2. Goes 54 up and in. A little bit of a delayed response by Pocket Radar. Maybe not perfectly reading. It's been a little wonky the last couple nights.
Yeah, it definitely has nights where it feels a little different, but I think it's usually more affected by temperature than anything else. Maybe it's just adjusting to this heat as it finally gets really nice and hot here in Vegas.
Yeah, sometimes something waves in front of it, whether it's a bird or a bat or you never know, a cord down below.
Yeah.
You get fooled a little bit sometimes.
I know we've seen hitters in the past too who have a lot of movement in their swing before they actually get to the ball. It'll set the radar off before the pitch is even thrown. You'll see it read something, and it's just the hitter's swing with a lot of movement.
LaCroix goes down swinging. That's back-to-back Ks in the fourth here for James Church. He's cruising right along. Warbirds haven't scored a run in now 10 innings.
That's a long time to not score a
They
run.
didn't score in the top of the sixth, and they got shut out last game, and then they're scoreless so far here in the fourth. 10 innings without a run for the Warbirds. As Patrick gets under this one, Wakefield ranges back off his hands. Corral has a chance, and it's a little late. Nice heads-up play by the Legends to recognize that they had an opportunity here still.
And those strong arms for the Legends middle infielders have really come in handy for him today.
That's going to be another error tonight. Really, when you have this environment when maybe it's a little laid back on both sides right now, everybody just takes a little bit off the intensity and then causes you to make some just a little lackadaisical plays. We're seeing it. Yeah, Ethan Wakefield had a range a little bit back and to his left, but he's got to make that play.
Yeah.
And Levine rips one down the line. I think Taravella got a finger on it.
I think he stopped that in time. Nope,
No, he didn't.
rounding hard.
Petrick is rounding hard, or at least rounding until somebody tells him to stop. And it looks like it is a clean double by Matty Levine, who was asking to be in the booth.
There goes the shutout.
There goes the shutout, though. The Warbirds are on the board, 6-1.
Yeah, it's funny. I feel like we're seeing either spectacular plays or no plays at all. Half the outs we're seeing are some of the most difficult plays.
And Warfield gets under this one and flies it to Alex Garcia in center field.
Put a charge into it, though.
Warfield was feeling himself with that one.
Yeah.
Just misses it. The Warbirds get on the board. The Legends still in control here, 6-1, heading to the bottom of the fourth. Thought this one might be a mercy early after they scored 6 in the first. But Levine's kind of settled in. Back-to-back scoreless innings. Let's see if he can continue to do the same in his opportunity here.
Yeah, really need to see another shutdown inning if the Warbirds have any chance to come back here. Oh, and there he is showing off that arm up to 83 right there.
Another 83. Looks like we found his maximum. 83 is too fast in this league, but you never know. Somebody might swing at it.
Ooh, TikTok,
my
we're
goodness.
sorry.
And he just took out TikTok.
Let's see. Oh, he took him all the way out.
Oh, boy. No, nothing a little magic can't fix. TikTok, you're still okay. You just caught an 80-mile-an-hour fastball in the mug.
Yeah, 83 at that. Really get the full game experience with that.
I can see out of my periph they're showing me fixing it. Makes it perfect.
Got to straighten it up somehow. All good now.
Gonna thank the Stream team tonight. Oh my goodness! Derek Corral with one pitch hammers that one over the container, and that's a home run. 7-1 Legends. Matty Levine served that one up a little too slow, I think, and Derek Corral did not miss it.
Yeah, it was one of those knuckleballs that didn't knuckle, and that's what we call a cookie out here in PLW. Yeah, absolutely tattooed out of here.
Yeah, back-to-back scoreless inning for the Legends, but on one pitch, we're going to have a no pitch here. Yeah, a little quick by Matty Levine, just trying to get moving here, but Trench steps out. That's going to be a no pitch.
Give him a second.
Umpire Trevor Bauer up top. As I was saying, I wanted to thank the Stream team tonight. We have head umpire Cody Runnels over on first base. Trevor Bauer up here on the main stopwatch. As Trench goes deep to left, and he goes back-to-back. I can't even get this thought out, Taylor. We got home runs left and right here.
Another no-doubter.
First hit of the night for Trench, and it's a big one. A solo shot over the left field container.
And that's how we like to break out of a slump in a big way right there. Trench found that stroke, kept those hands back, and just launched that one.
Yeah, one home run in each of the 3 games last week. Another home run in this game right here for Trench.
Yeah,
trying to finish Alec Hutt over there on third base.
Yeah.
Myself and Taylor Briner up here in the booth. GK, Greg Kelly down there doing the technical directing with Scotty Burley. There they are. That cool dungeon cam that we've set up recently. And Gio Battistoni up in Sky Cam.
And there's Billy trying to make it 3 in a row right there.
A couple of fans there down the third base line. See Jonathan Wilson over there. Dodos fielding this ground ball. He's going to fire it to the backstop. 65 miles an hour.
Nice firm arm from him, too. Yeah, you're seeing these Legends here really turn that bat up. Really trying to get those runs back across. I think they want that mercy, and they want to get out of here sooner than later.
Yeah, they wanted this game to be an absolute no-doubter. Mm-hmm. Going to let JT continue to work, I think. Want to get him a win.
Yeah. Yeah, I think it's a great opportunity for it, too. And really, I mean, they're just 3 runs away from a mercy here. If they can push 3 more across, that's the game.
Yeah, we could see it right here. Wakefield a little bit ahead of that one. Matty Levine changing speeds.
Yeah, he's missed a couple times with that slower pitch at the top half of the zone.
Ethan does a good job waiting back on that one, though, heading it between the 5-6 hole.
Yeah. Yeah, and those slow pitches can be really effective, but you have to mix them in right. If you go to it too much, everybody will sit back on it like we're seeing just here. Like the 2 home runs and that, all 45, 46, 47-mile-an-hour pitches. They just waited back and just hammered.
Yeah, it's good to mix up those speeds, but you got to mix it up at the proper times, as if when it's wrong, guys are knowing it's coming and they're going to sit on it and punish you.
Yeah, just a little too much of that slow stuff. I mean, even that 47, yeah, got to pick that speed up. The wiffle ball moves the most and the nastiest at higher speeds. So the faster you throw it, the more movement you get.
Chris Coleman up there fouling off 3 straight pitches. But hits that one up the middle. That's going to be right side, sending Ethan over to third base. First and third, 1 out here. And we're going to see manager Brad Ogden stepping in, taking it at bat. Like to see it. Brad with a handful of home runs himself in PLW history. He swings at the first pitch, pops it up to Matty Levine.
We're back to the top here with a walk-off opportunity for Nick Sansone.
Spot on, Taylor. First and second, 2 outs for Nick Sansone. 1 big swing makes this game 11-1. That would be a 10-run mercy. Nick looking to do just that.
Ooh, 50.
2 outs here.
Still sticking with that slow stuff.
That one might have bounced in, though. I think it's 2-1. I'm not sure, though.
Yeah, slower is very dangerous to a lot of these Legends as well. So many of them are softball players that are used to seeing the slow stuff, and they can and will barrel it up.
Yeah, we have a 2-2 count here as that first one did bounce into the zone. Levine got to come to Nick Sansone here. Nick swings and rolls it hard at Dodos, who knocks it down. Petrick is going to pick it up, fire it to the backstop, and we're going to play on. 8-1 Legends, though, after 4 innings. All Legends so far here tonight, Taylor.
Yeah, but the Warbirds live on for another inning. They find a way. clinging to life. Some distant hope that they could come back and win this one.
Yeah, a couple of big swings there by the Legends that inning. Back-to-back bombs by Corral and Picone. But overall, not a bad pitching efforts thus far in this game by Matty Levine. We're going to see James Church going back out there for another inning of work. He's the starting pitcher in game number 3 here. He's looking to continue his stellar pitching thus far.
Yeah.
Has no walks given up, only a couple of hits.
Yeah, just that one run. He's really pitched well. I mean, the entire staff for the Legends today have really given us great performances all the way through.
Yeah, pretty sure JT with no complete games on his record. This might be the most innings pitched he's had in a game.
Yeah, this
in
would be a
PLW
nice
history. So good opportunity for the Legends to get him in the books here for a complete game.
Yeah, and he seems like a pitcher that the more work you give him, the better he'll get.
Yeah, I agree. He's gonna, he's a guy who needs a few innings maybe to get into that groove, and now he's in one, and we'll see if he can continue to shut these Warbirds down.
Yeah, it's difficult to develop pitchers in the PLW because when these guys are really figuring it out, it's easy for teams to put up a lot of runs on rookie pitchers. But he's really doing a good job here of keeping people off balance, getting some work in, and really showing progress.
2-2 here against Buck Burner, the top of the order for the Warbirds. Just over 400 viewers watching Game 3 between the Legend and the Warbirds here tonight. Burner rolls that one to Osgood at short. Does a great job keeping it in front of him. Throws it to the backstop for out number 1 in the top of the 5th. I do get this feeling from this defense that they're really playing for JT right now. I think they want to field everything cleanly. I mean, they always do, of course, but there's just this vibe out there that I get that maybe that was a really quick first step by Osgood. They're looking to play sharp and finish this sweep off, and hopefully Church goes the full distance for them.
Yeah, and I really like that. I like them backing up Church here, really getting one of their developing pitchers out there and just making sure they're there for him, knowing that you're going to throw strikes and we're going to back you up. Let him hit it. Letting him really attack the zone here.
Got to face the tough Jim Dodos there here now, and he swings and misses. Falls behind 1 and 2. Jim Dodos swung and missing lately at a lot more pitches than we typically used to him seeing. He's one of the 2 guys in PLW history with X amount of plate appearance with more walks than strikeouts.
Yeah.
I mean, he's a guy who just does not swing and miss almost ever. And we've seen it a little too much lately.
His pitch selection is usually top tier. We've seen him swinging a lot of pitches out of the zone. Pitches out of the zone are real hard to make good contact with. So a lot of swing and misses lately.
Let's see if he can lock in here. But he chases that one low. Trench knocks it down. Osgood's going to pick it up. Fire it to the backstop for out number 2.
Yeah.
Dodos goes down to his knees to avoid getting hit by that Osgood throw.
Yeah. And I think what you see there, too, is the way that Trench had to defend that. You have a lot of these shortstops who have a lot of experience working with the specific third baseman, and they have arrangements. You dive forward, I dive back. And right there, you had 2 guys going head-to-head, and Trench, being the vet and just the gold glover that he is, reacted perfectly to still get to it, keep it in the infield, and get the out without a collision.
Yeah,
Great job.
Nice job by Trent to not necessarily try to be grabbing the ball, but to simply just knock it down toward one of his other 2 fielders that are right there. Osgood picked it up and threw it to the backstop, no problem.
Yeah.
Mockabee swings and misses at that pitch down and away, 57 miles an hour. Mockabee not exactly having a great night himself either.
Yeah, hasn't been himself today for sure.
Just a single in game number 1 for Mockabee. Grounded into a couple double plays, but he does get a 2-out base hit there. Maybe only his 2nd hit of the night. Warbirds look like they're having a good time over there on the third baseline despite dropping the first 2 games tonight. Good to see it.
Yeah.
Good to see a team that's not having their best night on the field still have a good time.
Yeah, and that's exactly the entire purpose of wiffle ball, is that this is supposed to be fun. So it's glad to see them, even when things don't necessarily go their way, they're still having fun out here.
Look, we're all out here to compete and try to win this PLW championship.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, this is, it's something that we all enjoy doing, and we got to have fun doing it at the same time.
Yeah.
Brandon Maya with a big swing and a miss at a 58-mile-an-hour pitch up and out of the zone.
Yeah.
He's looking to do some big damage.
Yeah, and they're really giving him that middle part of the field, which I think is a mistake.
It is the Mayo zone up there.
He lives up the middle, yeah. Him pulling that ball in game 1 was almost a surprise. He goes up the middle for home runs, for line drives, for everything. He
rolls this one over to Trench, though. Flips it over to second to Corral. for the third out.
Yeah, I see
And
Mile.
a great job by James Church through 5 innings, only allowing 1 run in line for this victory here for the Legends to complete the sweep.
Yeah, just one more inning for him to get through right here. Looking great, doing a great job.
Yeah, the Legends have a chance. Going to face Matty Levine again for the 4th inning in a row. Maybe they've really settled in and started to see him good. 3 runs away from a mercy for the Legends.
Yeah.
An 11-1 victory would be a 10-run mercy rule, 1 inning early here for the Legends.
Yeah.
And they're looking to do so. Maybe they don't even have to bother with completing that last inning and having Church go back out there.
I think they're definitely trying to put this one away early. But I would just like to point out, too, just the way that everybody's pitched tonight has really been top tier. We had Warfield walk out in the first inning, and we've hardly seen a walk besides that, let alone a walkout.
Yeah, all the pitchers have gone right after the batters tonight, especially those first 2 games where we saw 4 complete games between the 4 pitchers. Just great stuff from Taravella, from Osgood, from Mayo, and from Maccabee.
Yeah.
Really great pitching, and it's just been the bats of the Legends, which is their MO. And their bats have just been slightly better than the Warbirds the first 2 games. They edged them out in 2 1-1 victories. And, they've done the damage here in game number 3.
Ooh, big swing right there by Garcia.
Garcia swings and misses at that one somehow. Goes behind 0-2. Levine does the side step off, try to come back in, misses wide. That one misses high. Now he's going to come to Garcia 2-2. Levine does have a walk for sure. Garcia walked twice in the first inning. One of them was off of Matty.
Yeah, I'm very intrigued by this defensive lineup that they have with 2 fielders on the right side. I feel like Garcia does go that way a lot, but I don't feel like he goes that way on the ground a lot.
And that one is ripped up the middle over all the defenders. Warfield knocks it down in front of the wall, but a leadoff single nonetheless for Alex Garcia. The Legends are going to look to do the damage here. As JT going to get a pinch hitting opportunity, going to come in for Casey Taravella in the 3-hole.
Yeah, let's see if he can help himself out right here.
Swings at the first pitch, but Matty makes a great play just behind second base to prevent that one from dropping into the outfield. If that one goes, that one just gets just past his outstretched arms, that's a clean single in the outfield, and they have no play there.
Yeah, if that lands in the outfield, that's a single. It's too late for him to try to throw the runner out at home.
And a line drive home run by Derek Corral. Back-to-back at-bats for Corral, home runs.
Yeah.
That one was out of here in a hurry.
Yeah, we've seen a lot of risers thrown today. That might be the first one I've seen hit. That ball started low and just kept rising right up over the fence and out of here. And the Legends now need 1 more run to end this game in a mercy rule.
The last inning, we saw Corral and Picone go back-to-back. And let's see if we have a chance for them to do the same thing here. Trench could win this game with 1 more big swing for the Legends. We'll have to start thinking of... And there it is! See you later. Back-to-back innings. Corral and Picone go back-to-back. Incredible. I'm not sure if that's happened in PLW. I know you and Shane are the masters of back-to-back home runs, but for a pair of teammates to go back-to-back in back-to-back innings...
Yeah, and what a way for both of them to make a night of this, too. Trench struggled, and then finishing with 2 home runs on the day. Made a good night out of a rough day at the plate for him.
Yeah.
Really a great job. I don't think I've seen it before. Back-to-back innings, going back-to-back like that, very impressive.
Yeah, it's something new every night here at PLW. Great job by Trench Picone, hanging tough there. As we said, started 0 for 6, 0 for 7, but then finishing strong with 2 big home runs deep in game number 3.
Yeah.
Great work by the Legends overall tonight. They hung tough in game number 1. They had a nice start by Casey Taravella, had a 3-0 lead going to the top of the first.